Uh, I'm sure it probably gets better. I'll
I
give it a
mean,
chance.
I feel like it's for someone like you, it's not necessarily the best introduction to Critical Role. Like, I really think you should listen to. I always
Probably.
Still
recommend.
though, Lou, as a DM and stuff, while watching the show, keep in mind it is heavily based on D&D, and you will see a lot of actual spell casting mechanics going in live time and stuff like that.
Yeah, Lou
There's
Yeah.
might
if
be like, "Oh, that wasn't that one."
The funny
well,
thing
they
is, when
even
I
make it
first
like minute
saw it,
concentrations only last 60 seconds and stuff like that. They timed it perfectly.
yeah. When I first saw it, I actually had no idea what it was. I just saw like a bunch of things. I'm like, oh, is this like some fantasy series on Amazon? I'm watching. I'm like, this is like a D&D game. And I looked it up. And I'm like, oh, it's Critical Role. Okay. I had no idea it was Critical Role stuff because it doesn't say that in the description. I was just like, what is this show?
Huh.
Well,
It's
that's what makes me curious. Again, it doesn't surprise me that people that are imbibed in the culture already like it. I'm really curious how well it goes over with non-gamer types. Does it pick up like the anime crowd? Does it pick up
Well,
um
it
It has
seems
picked
like
up with my anime friends.
it
Those are
seems
the
like
ones
well,
it's
who talk
doing
about
really
well,
well. I think it's isn't it like number
yeah.
one right now or something?
I mean, there's a huge embedded base for it. But that said, I think it will grow because so I have a friend who's super into comics, and he watches like what's that other animated series? It's kind of violent. Um,
Invincible.
Which
yeah,
one?
Invincible.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes, Invincible.
I was gonna say
I knew
anime,
So
exactly the one I was being
violent,
talked about this
violent
time.
you
anime
did.
series.
No, that was the one. And he was like, and we were talking about it, and he's into like Marvel comics and stuff, but he's not into gaming or D&D.
Yeah.
He loves it. So,
so I
I
like
mean,
wonder like because Reacher came out like the week later, I think, and I'm really curious which one's doing better.
I haven't seen Invincible, but I saw some YouTube video where they're like all the death scenes in Invincible, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And there's just like all these like brutal murders by like
Oh yeah.
yeah. I was like, oh, maybe I should watch this. I really like
D-
the
Uh,
boys too. But anyway, we should probably get
Critical
started.
Role combat, they keep it that brutal.
Yeah. Is Mary here or is she just listening?
yes.
She's here.
Oh, I
I'm
thought you
on
were.
bad. I'm on bad hotel Wi-Fi. I'm in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing to do. And Steve suggested I join tonight.
Ah, that's
We love
dedication.
Steve.
Well, welcome.
I was just
Uh,
telling them that my like we tried to go out tonight, like, and our options were a Mexican restaurant that's attached to a motel and an Italian restaurant that's called We Make Pizza and Pasta. Like literally, that's the name of the restaurant.
sounds like some quality choices.
Yay, Utah.
Also, my Roll20 has been loading for about 10 minutes and has not yet loaded. So we'll see.
I was gonna
I
say
just
I only
switched
see four of
Discord
you
to
here.
my cellular just to see if it helps.
All right, and make sure you're
Loading.
all connected as your characters. Looks like Theo and Ivor. Oh, there we go.
Aha!
So, yeah, I was getting all ready to try to read Mary's recap, but now that you're here, well, if you can't
That was
use,
terrible. I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean, if you can't get Roll20 up,
Well, I'll switch to my hotspot if I have to and try it that way. It's just I was trying to use the hotel Wi-Fi for at least my laptop because my phone has only like 12% battery.
hmm.
And so it's charging. Let's see if I can.
Well,
Let me try my hotspot. See what happens.
all right.
Because
I mean,
I have 4 bars or full. I have full bars for my phone, so this might work better.
yeah. Well, I mean,
You sound all right.
yeah, and if we're not in combat, you don't necessarily have to be on Roll20 right away. It'll just be harder to follow along with the map and everything.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Uh, but since you're here, why don't you give us? Oh, and Donnie, you would be scribe this week if that's okay.
Roger that.
All right, and Bill, Donnie, you are on deck for next week.
Okay.
And I did start sharing the game notes, which doesn't actually share the notes I'm taking because those are in the GM section, but you guys can see like the dates and who's quartermaster and who's scribe and what the rotation is. So if you're interested in that. All right. So in any case, yeah, why don't Betha, we started off with a quick recap.
All right. So I apologize. I know I've had 2 weeks, but I didn't realize until like half an hour ago that I had never posted in a journal. So this is totally raw notes, and I apologize.
You're not the only one that posts last minute. It's okay.
All right. So we started in combat. I've got some notes about some of the stuff we all had up, and some of the stuff we were doing. Theo ported Donnie over to a demon. That was kind of a highlight. That was lovely. Some of the statues were kind of glowing, and we didn't know what that meant and what was to come. There was a demon behind a wall of force, and Donnie was making these running jumps and swinging at the flying demon. And one of the demons had it out for Dahlia, and the shielded guy actually managed to teleport out of the wall of force, which we didn't expect. So that was scary. But finally, Beldani managed to finish them all off. So then we're facing these statues, and Donnie smashes one of them and finds a wall behind it that looks to have a secret, which Zalia and Beldani open, and they find an alcove with gold and a chest. The gold is 12th cycle coins. Donnie, meanwhile, is exerting himself, trying to smash the second statue, and we eventually find another alcove, again with coins and a chest. But the chests are locked, with 3 locks that Beldani thinks needs to be opened simultaneously. We're puzzling over how to work on these chests, and Donnie hides his talking doll behind one of them during the commotion. And later, Ivor and Theo go near the chest, and they hear an audible voice say, "You will die." And there's some investigation in which Ivor is pretty dedicated and using all of his capacity to look very closely, thinking that this is something new to be discovered or figured out or avoided, and instead it turns out to be a practical joke made by Donnie. Donnie thinks it's hilarious. Theo pockets Donnie's doll after this. So then the group works together with keys that we end up finding under the chest, plus Beldani's talents to open the chests. So we find, in both chests, we find 2 statuettes of servants of Moradin that are like gem encrusted and worth a lot, like I think 300 gold each. But we also find in one a jeweled holy symbol of Moradin, including a diamond worth 600 gold, and then a case of crossbow bolts that have a magical aura. And in the other chest, there's another holy symbol of Moradin with magic aura as well. That doesn't have as much gem encrustment. So we have some bouts of listening to Donnie argue with his weapon. Mm-hmm. And Zalia spends some time identifying radiant bolts of walloping. Theo and Beldani are investigating the serpent statue, which they believe moves, but they can't find the mechanism. They think it might be elsewhere in this dungeon or this temple. Zalia continues to identify, and she finds that the second holy symbol is a rare amulet of the devout, which Betha, she offers to Betha, and Betha is she almost smiles. And then Theo reveals that he detected scrying magic. And so he asks for help aloud, or I don't remember if it's mentally or aloud, but he feels like he's being watched, and he has his suspicions about who, so he asks for help, and the Bodak answers and says that he helped us against, or no, I'm sorry, Theo's telling us that this happened beforehand, that he asked for help and the Bodak answered by helping us against the demons, and that was why our loud fight did not attract additional demons. And Theo tells the rest of the group that Bodak regrets his corruption by Orcus. And as we've already kind of figured out, in his former life, he was Cordus, son of Orbrow. Ivor is quiet for very long stretches, looking thoughtful. At some point, we've been in there for quite a while now, so the door handle jiggles, and the guards that we had passed on our way in here enter. and they notice the crushed statues, so they kind of get alarmed and run in. And Theo closes them in as we surround them, and we dispatch them pretty quickly. And then after that, Aranye, blue hair. That's what I wrote in my notes. I don't think that's his name.
Aranya blue hair.
He shows up and he teleports us to a forge that he says is a good place to talk for a time. So apparently he's used some magic to conceal this forge from the demons, so he's kind of using it as a base. He says that he was in High Guard studying magic and he felt surges that caused him to travel to Char and find these halls. He's an illusionist, not a necromancer, which doesn't match the Aranye that we met in Issyk. This one also says he's never been to Issyk and he doesn't have a brother and he's never cloned himself. So he says he's just been sensing erratic energy signatures, which Zalia believes are the Bodak's illusions. So, and then Aranye also notices that the Tinder is not an imp. He says it's something infernal and is donning a facade or a visage that isn't accurate to his person. I have a note about a strange circlet. I don't know if this is something we got out of one of the chests or something we found at this point. It's gold circlet inlaid with gems. Oh, I see. This was the one that Aranye gave us. He says it affects undead differently than living and it may be cursed. So I think that's the one he gave us to, like, put on the Bodak if we find him or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, if we put that on the Bodak, it'll make him teleport back and kind of.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't record that yet, but I think I remember it.
Kind of capture him.
And he says that Aranya says the area is warded and the lesser demons haven't come in here for a while, but smarter demons may figure out at some time. The cultist orcs are of this plane. They are not from a different plane. And then while the group rests, Zalia identifies the gem that we found in the magic room, but I don't have the results of that identify.
We didn't get it from him yet. He said he was going to.
Okay, there we go. That's all I got.
So the gem with identify looks like it is, or it has the ability to detect some kind of infernal energy sources, which is a bit odd. But that's what you get off of it.
So as part of identifying it, would I understand how to use it?
It will get hot, and if you're holding it when you're near a power source, it will get hot, and the power source will become visible to you.
Well, as part of identifying it, I will rev it up.
Right, so it doesn't actually, as far as you know, it doesn't do anything until you get close to one of the power sources.
So what would you call that for the purposes of party treasure?
You could call it a gem of infernal power detection.
It's a lot of typing for me.
So the literal definition of it, then.
Gem of devil finding. Devil power finding.
Power detection.
Or infernal detection, maybe. But it's more about detecting.
It's not
energy.
letting up any of our party members, is it?
No, it doesn't actually detect fiends or anything like that.
Wait.
No.
So it doesn't detect fiends.
Like that.
It detects specifically infernal power sources.
Yes. So, like, you know how the shadow crystal is a necrotic energy that's been trapped? So it would detect something like that, except infernal energy.
Fascinating.
I assume it's not attuned.
No, it doesn't require attunement. It just has to be held, and the one who is holding it will be able to sense the infernal energy.
So Zalia will keep it in hand for a moment.
And actually, since you're here, you would detect infernal energy coming from the forge here, if you're holding it.
Okay.
Is infernal devil and demon, or specific to devil?
It's devil.
Okay. Because I remember you described the forge had demon symbols carved into it.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah, never mind. So, And it's
We can
also,
retcon it to where it was devils.
It's not lit up right now, I don't think, anyway. I think it hasn't been used recently, so it's probably not being detected.
So do I or do I not need to smash this forge?
If you smash it, it might explode.
I'd leave the forge where it
Not
is.
seeing what the problem with that is.
I'm going
I
to keep
could
the gem
purify
in
it and use it
hand.
later. If it's supposed to get hot whenever you start detecting a source, you may want me to hold it. I do have the metal hand, less likely to burn.
More warm than hot. It's not gonna
Yeah,
hurt.
I'm sure
Okay.
it's going to burn me, Theo. But if it does, I'll drop it. But I'll keep it in hand for now, just in case, because we are looking for whatever it is that's spawning these demons.
That is true. That will definitely help with that.
Ranye walks over here and starts looking at one of his books.
Wait, who?
Do we want to try and
Ranye.
rest
no.
while we have a chance? Hollow hand.
Yeah, the
I
no.
think we should try to rest. I'm feeling a little bit peaked. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm fine. Not that anyone asked.
Donnie, how are you doing?
Told you I'm fine.
Hmm.
Don't listen very well.
But I was tuning you out.
Alright.
Dumbass.
Alright, so you're going to attempt to rest.
So,
Yes.
Alright.
We
Yes.
can make a potion while resting, correct?
Well, you could probably make a common one. Yeah.
how far are we from our last long rest, Leo, time-wise?
So it's still pretty early in the day from my notes here. If you have survival, which I think several of you do, right?
Yeah.
You would
I do.
guess it is around 10 or actually 11 o'clock a.m. So it's still pretty
Oh.
early.
I'm like almost tapped out of spells. I can do an arcane recovery, but that's only going to get me a bit.
Yeah, you had the big fight with the demon in that one room, but before that, you had just woken up and searched a couple hallways.
I show Faith at full hit points, but she is missing spell slots. Does that sound right?
Yeah,
we
you didn't
have
get
that
hit
key
any.
card.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's always got the blessed heal too, so I never know if the hit points are right or if it's just like she was able to keep herself topped off with that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I still have 2 of my rages. I'm metagaming here. I'm doing fine. I get that you're tapped, Zelia, but it is early in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I have all the staff spells and one spell slot, but I can get a bunch back from.
Yeah, I mean, your
I think-
characters can sense how much, like, your rages, you can feel the energy inside you. So, like, Donnie has an idea of how much more he can do rage-wise. It's not like he just suddenly is like, oh, why am I not raging? He has an idea.
So I think it's fine for us to short rest here, but I don't think we want to spend the rest of the day here.
No, I agree.
I don't think we can. I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, like we. Oh yeah, like you said, we would have to spend the rest of the day to do anything more. So.
Alright, so you are attempting an
So-
hour rest. Short rest.
Yeah, unless
If we are-
Leah wants to blow dust on me.
If we are attempting an hour rest, then I would go ahead and. Is there anyone
It's just short.
who does have missing hit points?
I do.
think I
I'm
can
good.
get them back from the rest.
Other than Theo and Zalia.
I mean, I'm fine, but it's like 1 hit die is all I need to restore myself.
It's like free healing, so save your hit die if you need it.
I don't need to save the hit die. I never use them.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. If
It's
everyone
fine either
looks
way. I'm
pretty-
just saying, yeah.
Yeah. If everyone
we
looks
still-
pretty decent, then never mind.
Question: do we still have the max HP modifier going? The increased max HP?
No,
No.
that's
Okay.
gone. That was concentration. I
What is
think.
that
Isn't
actually?
it? Isn't it?
You
Liz?
did one that took 8 hours.
That was a
Yeah,
Beacon of
okay.
Hope. Beacon
Oh,
of
I'm
Hope.
sorry. The aid was 8 hours. I don't know how long it's been since I cast that. Honestly, it's been too many sessions ago.
It hasn't been 8 hours for aid, but it has been longer than Beacon of Hope. I think that's only been minutes.
All right, so Lou, it wasn't
So,
last session, 2 weeks
well,
ago, but the session before, I cast Aid at level 6 on them, but I don't know what time it was in game.
So it was probably the day before. One thing you could do is when you cast aid in your notes, you could like put what time you cast it at, just to get an idea of how long it'll be going.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was doing that for a while, but I mean, it was my level 6 spell slot, and I have not gotten that back yet,
Cast
so
that in the morning when we get up, and if it's only 11
that's what I
a.m.,
thought.
then it would work.
Yeah.
so if you
I
cast,
remember something similar. Yeah.
well, if you cast it in the morning, then it would still be going. If you cast it today,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
yeah. So if it was when you woke up, then yes, it's the same day because it's only 11 a.m.
Okay. So then, yes, Aid would still be going at level 6.
Oh, awesome.
And I believe I put that
Which your
on.
HP should still be modified for aid unless you took it off for some reason, right?
That's why I was asking to make sure whether or not I should take it off or
Oh,
not.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I think that it was Theo, Donnie, and I feel like Beldani might have been out at that time.
It was Beldani.
It was
It
not
was
me.
Beldani?
You were here that week, weren't you?
No,
I
she
currently-
right
That was
before.
last week.
I-
or the week.
I
I think I
currently
might have
have a
put it
max
on
HP
Ivor.
out.
It was
Yeah,
on
you did.
yourself.
It was Ivor?
Yes, I currently
I think it was
have a
Ivor.
max
Okay.
HP modifier.
Yeah, any
Yeah, so I
spell,
think
any spell that's doing things for multiple hours, it's good to keep like in the notes, like who you targeted and yeah, like how long or like what time
Gotcha.
you cast it, so you know when it would be gone.
So
But-
what time did we wake up this morning? Because it would have been that first combat after that. And if it's only 10:30 or 11 a.m., then it hasn't been very long
You
ago.
woke up at 8 a.m. It's been 3 hours since you woke
All
up.
right, let's just say 8 a.m. on, what's the in-game date?
41st.
41st. Okay. Autumn?
Yeah, and I am actually sharing the calendar again, so you can
Oh,
always
excellent.
look at
Okay,
that.
good. All right, so I just put that in the
Just
journal just to
partially,
be able to
yeah.
go back and look at.
For that reason, so people can do stuff with spells like that. Alright, so you
Until 4 p.m.
Yeah, so you begin resting. You're kind of sitting around, relaxing, taking a moment. And as you're doing that, Donnie, your axe would say, Orc, I wanted to speak with you about something.
Bonnie just kind of ignores it for a moment.
Makes
He
the meds
says,
twice.
I wanted to say that I respect the way you behave in combat. You are more than just a savage, and
Yeah.
it was wrong of me to just assume that of you as an orc.
I'm glad you're not as dumb as you used to be.
Yeah. I also wanted to say something is off about this place. These demons.
It took you this long to figure that out.
I have fought many demons in my existence, and something is strange about these demons.
Okay. Do they
It
need to be
says-
smashed in a special way?
No, nothing like that. They just don't seem like demons to me, which I know doesn't make sense, but it's a strange feeling I get about them.
What kind of demons have you smashed before?
Says I have fought all kinds of demons, infernals, fiends of all nature, and
Gotta say,
these
that's kind of cool. I like you for that.
well,
Aw.
these demons seem different somehow. As I said, they don't seem like demons to me.
If I smash you harder through them, can you figure more out?
Says no, tearing a foe to pieces does not actually help me know more about them.
That's too bad.
But it
You'd
would be
a lot
more
cleverer.
fun. Haha.
That would.
Donnie, is your weapon trying to figure something out?
Huh?
I can only hear you speaking, but it seems to me
You
you're
can hear me
talking
speaking when I'm speaking to Dumbax?
when you use your mouth. I can.
Oh,
You are loud, Donnie.
that's... Oh, I didn't realize that.
It's
You
not
know, I
like-
did tell you that you didn't have to speak out loud when we talked.
It's not as loud as
How do
you're
I speak
saying.
if I don't speak out loud?
Think, Donnie.
Was that a
Think
question?
the words.
At any
So
rate,
Donnie would say something to the effect of, so Dumbax here. So you guys know Dumbax, right? Dumbax, everyone, Dumbax.
we've met.
Okay, just
Sort of.
check. He says, wait, he, she. I want to get the pronouns right.
Considerate of you.
I'm gonna make sure I have this here.
So Donnie would say, the axe says, wait a second, axe, you still there?
I am.
That thing on shit, what was Ivor's name? I forgot Ivor's name.
I've
Ivor's
Talkie
Ivor.
Talkie?
Oh yeah, were you Talkie? No, that was. Yeah, because you did talk a lot at the beginning. Yeah, you were
Yeah,
talking.
I did. I was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Talkie over there. Is that thing on its shoulder dangerous?
I can't actually see what's on his shoulder.
Donnie points the axe at it. That help?
No, my sight doesn't exactly work like yours. I more sense things, and it's not always the most accurate. Why? What's on his shoulder?
Donnie gets uncomfortably close to Ivor.
What's he doing?
He's being weird. I think he's talking to his axe, trying to see if his axe knows who you are or what you are, or can even sense you.
Is his axe actually magical, or is he a moron?
You know, that's a good question. I don't have a good answer. Something tells me that in this particular situation it may actually be magical. He seems to have much more insight into some things than I would give him credit for.
So the axe says, no, Donnie, that's not how... no, I don't see or sense anything coming from your friend's shoulder.
Hey, Talkie, you're cool in my book for now.
I'll give you a thumbs up once you walk away.
And then I would say something to the effect of to the whole group. So, Dumbax here, which admittedly is very dumb, does say there's something weird about this place.
I couldn't
Yeah,
agree
there's
more.
demons everywhere.
But they're
No,
not
there's
demons.
something strange about the demons.
Wait, what?
Not demons are not demons, not demons.
So they're not demons.
Yes, not demons. Not demons.
So not demons.
Yes. Right, Dumbax?
I have no idea what you're talking about anymore. I'll just be honest with you.
I'm gonna rub my temples, and I'm gonna ask Tinder if he has heard of any demons that aren't demons, or if he knows anything about what this axe might be referring to,
Maybe
or if he
they're
has
all
any
three
similar
kobolds
opinions.
stuck together.
The demons seem demonic to me. I don't know what Donnie or his axe are talking about.
You said to us, though, that there was something a little for, right? From an Arcana standpoint?
As DM, you mean?
I mean, I just feel like there's been some shenanigans with reality around here.
We definitely know something's up. We just don't know.
I think
much
this is the
more.
first time that we have gotten any sort of indication that the demons might not be demons.
Okay.
We did see a solid illusion.
Yeah, you've seen weird things in this place for sure.
So I would ask Dumbax, have you? And he actually, Donnie asks this a little bit quieter. Do you know demons? Like, I mean, are you one?
He says, "No, I'm not a demon, Donnie. I
You never told me
actually."
what you are.
Give me a persuasion check.
Can I use some DM's inspiration on this?
Sure.
Big money.
Theo doesn't know this, but player knows he has told you before.
Uh, he says, I was a dwarf a long time ago.
You told me that, but you didn't tell me your name.
He says, I was a defender, a guardian of my country, of my people. I was a worshipper of Moradin, a paladin. My name isn't important. I did many good things for my people, and I died bravely, as paladins should.
You're gonna respect that. Morden and Tyr are buddies, so I'm good with you.
Says yes.
That's true, right, Lou? I believe.
I don't know if by lore they are. I forget what the
They're certainly
relationship
close
is,
enough
but
line to
yeah.
believe that, I would
They're
think, yeah.
tenants align, and we've discussed that.
If they
before,
exist in the
that,
same
like,
pantheon, they would be close.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I think
certainly have a lot in common, so we could say that
I
their
think
followers
we've
probably
talked
get along.
in this group before about how Moradin, Tyr, and Pelor, like, even if they're not necessarily like allied, like their tenants
Yeah,
align.
they're like they're in the Justice League. They're all
Yeah.
they fight
Good way of
they
putting
fight
it.
sometimes, but you know they
Until-
pretty much have the same. They're all against Orcus and all the bad guys.
Yeah.
They're all the goody people.
Okay. Well, you know, if I brought you to a Morden, like, priesty guy, would he help?
What do you mean help?
I don't know, like, make you better, make me better, make us better. I like power.
Better? What do you mean better?
Ooh,
I
I
don't
like
know.
power. That's a problematic statement.
You're not hearing this. I'm being kind of quiet on this.
I know.
Are
Oh,
you
you are
whispering
doing this
now?
in your mind?
Or-
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, he said it was.
He's
Yeah.
trying to. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
okay.
not. He's not doing it in his mind, but he's like trying to whisper.
Yeah.
Being
Oh,
Bonnie
yeah.
Most likely, if
He's
you
like, probably
had,
hear you.
I mean, if you have a perception of like maybe 18 or over, you'd probably still hear him. Because yeah,
So Beldani hears him.
Beldani's just sitting there like with his ear up, like, huh.
No, I'm just kind of like asking if you.
Right now, you just see Donnie going, yeah. Well, I'm like
I feel
looking
like you
around.
got
And
more to give me, and you're like holding something back, man.
he says, there are. Donnie, you're a fine lad, but certain of my abilities are more meant to benefit holy warriors. Someone like you who is more attuned to rage and anger will not benefit from what I have to give.
Well, maybe you think you should get buddy with Tyr, because he's got my back, but okay.
Paladin multiclass.
Yeah, Donnie's going to take level of paladin.
I don't know if I'm going to go that
Voice
far.
in his head makes him go to a holier path.
He says, I do have some other powers, but some of them you would not benefit from, and others I don't know if I'm willing to share those just yet.
You think about it, Max.
I will
I'm
say
still gonna call you that.
you're on a good path. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay. I think that's it for that.
What is Zalia saying?
She'll be right
It's
back.
a-
Oh, I was
it's a
like,
new-
Away
new
from
language,
keyboard
apparently.
to
She-
potty real quick. Be
Oh.
right back.
I thought she was like
Oh my gosh. Or
Having-
how are we supposed to know
having,
that?
having some issues there.
I thought it was a password at first.
Yeah, it's like someone typed their password in or something.
Well, I saw the AFK part, but I was like, I thought maybe the rest was like accidental keyboard. Like, I don't know.
No, that's all perfectly intentional.
I'm old. I do not get the elite speak you kiddies use anymore.
I didn't understand those.
Alright, so time is passing. Is anyone doing anything for the hour? Did you say you were
Yes.
trying to make a potion?
With Artificer ability, it's an hour for common potions, correct?
Don't you like
It's
cut
an
the
hour-
time in
oh,
half
yeah.
or something?
Yes.
So if just you were working on it, then yes, you can cut the time in half and actually, because I think, well, actually, hang on, let me just make sure I'm not check my own notes here, what I said for this. Let's see.
I'm in the
regular
magic
healing,
item creation
common or
potions,
uncommon?
common 30
So,
GP worth many
crafting
components.
recipe, yeah. So if you're talking about a healing potion, you need a receptacle, an hour of time, 15 and 15, and your alchemy tools or herbalist kit. But
I was going to try making 2, because I can cut it down to 30 minutes per potion, 2 potions of comprehension, or if somebody thinks something better, 2 potions of climbing. They're both common and could help out in situations.
I don't have the recipes for those yet. Those are both common.
Yeah, I was just going based on the potions and magic item creations.
I think that Betha found recipe books that were all common and uncommon potions.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have
I
all
just
common and uncommon.
so I needed to, because I need to come up with what the actual ingredients for those would be.
Oh, I see.
In the spell description, it has salt, a bit of soot, and I would say, because it's comprehend language in potion form, arcane reagents.
Yeah, wouldn't the arcane reagents fill in for it?
Betha would have
Yeah,
maybe
well,
salt in
I
her
mean-
utensil.
So it would probably be arcane reagents, or arcane components, I should say. I'm just trying to think what the other half of that would be.
Could I contribute the salt from Betha's cook supplies? Or
I have a lot of
Well-
salt on me already.
oh, you got it. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I came prick.
So let me get back to you on that, and for now we'll just say it costs arcane components to make.
All right.
So you're making 2 potions, right? Because they're a half hour
Yes.
each. The first one... Sorry, go ahead.
Let me just go ahead and link magic
No,
item.
I was just gonna ask if there's any benefit to Betha helping, or would it be better
Not
for her to just
whenever
do
I'm
something
doing
else on her own?
No,
Okay, all right.
because
Then-
if he's doing his fast thing, then it has to be him, or like him and another
Okay.
artificer.
Yep, just making sure if that was time during the rest that she should spend helping him.
Alright, so...
Hey, I think it's 2 potions.
So for now, I don't know what the bonus is on rolling really high yet, because I haven't made
You
it.
have
So
it at above 25 is create 2 potions instead of 1. I've been looking at these magic item creation rules religiously.
Alright, so
It's how
that
you've
was
done it the
the
last couple times I did
first
healing
one. So you were making a climbing potion.
That one was comprehension.
Alright, so you make 2... as long as you have 2 receptacles, you can make 2 potions of comprehend language.
A ton of vials.
Alright, so spend 2 vials and go ahead and add those to your inventory for the first half hour.
Do you want to add them to party inventory? Because they're mainly meant for you to use or for Donnie to use whenever we're trying to walk around as orcs.
As long
I
as
will.
you record who is carrying them, because they do... I don't think they weigh that much, but they do still weigh something.
Like
I have
half a pound.
magical things, so
Most potions are half a pound.
Yeah. What's the second
Alright.
one you're making?
This one's the one of climbing.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Alright, so you make a potion of
one.
climbing.
And that would probably hand that to Beldani.
Okay. So you
Just in case you need to get around quickly.
spend another receptacle and another 15.
we do have a potion of climbing in the inventory.
It's one of those things of trying to, while we short rest and stuff, stack up a bit more on
Yeah.
common potions.
Mm-hmm.
Notion.
While he's brewing, I think Shretha would just kind of fall in next to him and work as well, and maybe try to brew something also. She would have to stick to uncommon though for the hour.
Well, uncommon I think is 3 hours.
Yeah, you have to stick to
Oh,
common.
I'm sorry. I meant
Common, you mean?
common. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So go ahead and spend the 30 GP. Well, what are you making?
Probably just another potion of healing. I'm just like he said, we're just stocking up
Right.
whenever we rest. I think is a good idea.
Alright, so
Azaria,
spend
do you
the...
mind expending the? Is it 30 gold?
Yeah, it's... Well, you need 15 rare herbs and 15 either arcane, nature, or religious.
Sure.
Okay.
And then I have vials if you need them, but otherwise I'll just trust you take them out of the inventory and
What
Yeah.
was it? 30?
Yeah.
15 has to be rare herbs or rare mushrooms or rare
Yeah.
We don't have any
something.
rare herbs in the inventory unless you do.
I thought, oh, okay. Let's see. Maybe she
Weren't
can't make
those
them on.
replaceable with nature reagents?
No,
We
you
have-
have to use the rare herbs for those.
Okay.
Yeah, we have religious.
Yeah, I think we refined everything like the day before Lou refined the crafting, so we didn't keep anything in raw form. And then the next day, like Lou posted the new crafting
Oh,
stuff. So,
hang on. It's half as much gold costs. It only costs quarter of the time to make with my thing.
oh, so you could
I
make
still
more.
have a half hour.
All right, it sounds like I can't make anything. So you do your thing. You finish yours. Go ahead.
Unless we do have strange purple vine, but that's
No,
used
those
to
are
make
for magic item
Right.
creation.
Yeah,
we
that's
want to
more
keep those.
for like swords and stuff.
It was
Magical.
specifically for a blunt weapon. We have the tablet for it and stuff. I think it did extra against undead or something like that.
Yeah. So are you making more potions?
Does anybody have any ideas for?
What
any
about
that
a
I should-
potion of growth? Those are nice
That-
ones to have on hand for donning.
Gotta stick to common for now, because I
Oh,
didn't
common,
realize that
okay.
till I already used half of the time.
Yeah. There is a common giant strength, isn't there? No, I'm sorry, there isn't. I lied.
For the
and
giant,
then-
for the giant strength ones, you do actually have to have the toenails to make those.
I mean,
Yeah, I've been keeping
Okay.
that in mind in case we come by any giants.
Come here, giant.
clip their nails.
Just clip their nails. Yeah. It's like
All right, so the common options, I think, Theo, would be climbing, comprehension, healing, or watchful rest.
Which one
The
is
watchful rest. For the next 8 hours, magic can't put you to sleep. You can remain awake during a long rest and still gain its benefits.
Yeah, I'll
It
make some.
has no effect on elves.
Yeah, because they don't have to go to sleep anyways. Yeah, I can try making some potions of watch for us. That way, whenever we long rest and stuff, somebody can still keep an eye out.
Right, and after this, I do need to make up what the actual ingredients for these are going to be. So send me notes on items you might want to be crafting, so I can come up with those ingredients.
Okay,
Sure.
I'll get that to you after the session.
All right.
Prepare yourself.
my vision for the crafting was like supposed to be part components, part special items.
We're gonna go to the black market for giants' toenails and a bunch of other obscure things.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Theo's adventuring life up until he met up with y'all. Was literally hunting down rare ingredients.
Love it.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and make, I guess, 2 potions of watchful rest.
Okay. Go ahead.
Sorry, there's a lot of clicking to set up all-purpose tools.
Alright, so
Okay.
you would make spend 2 more potion receptacles and make 2 more potions. How many potion receptacles do you have left, just out of curiosity?
35.
Okay.
Well, 35 in the party treasure. I think I have a few in my personal inventory too.
And
Yeah,
Faith has
Base has got
some,
like 7, yeah.
Alright, so
35. Wow. I think every time we empty a potion, we make a point to like hand it back to Zalia too.
too. Except for the ones
Sorry.
Donnie goes and
I
smashes.
brought a ton
Yes,
of
yes.
comrades.
We've lost a few to smashing.
Alright, so for the second check on those. Two more.
Nice.
Alright, so you make
Those are
another two.
beautiful rolls.
Wait, so how many total?
4.
Three?
Yeah,
4.
four more potion vials used. And
So we basically
30
4
more
members
gold
of our
pieces.
party don't have to actually sleep, and we get the benefits of a long rest.
30 more gold
Nice.
in arcane
30
reagents?
gold. Yeah, so it would be 30 in total for that set. And then
Arcane
30.
reagents. Okay.
It'd be 60 in total for all 4 potion brewings.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the entire hour.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have 32.
And like hand over her alchemist's kit to Theo.
Oh, I have the all-purpose tool. It's magic item that turns into whatever artisan tool I need.
I know. I'm just
I
gonna
love
like she doesn't need to brew anymore. Here you go. Do your thing.
What's the potion called, by the way?
Uh,
Watchful rest.
Watchful rest.
Watchful. All right.
So did we get the
It's
rest?
from Mad Mage. It's from Waterdeep Mad Mage book, if that matters. Here's the description, if that helps.
Did we get our short rest?
Yeah, so you get your short rest. What do you want to do?
I need a minute.
I don't have potion of watchful rest.
The description in the chat, if that helps.
Sources: Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage, page 62.
Yeah, I don't actually have that book. Because I guess it's only for a module, is where that potion exists?
Oh, really?
If it's Dungeon of the Mad Mage only, then yeah, that would be just in a module. Interesting.
Is it meant for only that module? Should we retcon it?
I don't know if it's only meant for it. It's just weird that, because, yeah, I don't see it appearing in any other sources. But maybe... yeah, I don't necessarily know if it's only meant for a module. I mean, it's not all that powerful. It just means you don't have to sleep at night.
This is literally Theo's version of coffee. He pulls out strange brown-looking beans and stuff and starts brewing with them.
I wasn't even expecting you to pick that one when I was when you were trying to brew something, and I was like, okay, there's only 4 options for common.
Yeah.
You know, I was not
Unfortunately,
expecting that to be the one you picked.
I wasn't actually intending to give you a book that could just make any magical item. That was before I kind of designed my how I was going to do magical item creation. So I was kind of like going to have recipes.
Well, with the potions book, it was. Yeah, with
but
the
that's
potions
fine.
book,
I said it, so I
If
said
you
it.
want to retcon that to a different source, Theo has
I can
magic
figure...
item crafting is his shtick.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's just really powerful that I gave you something that could make any magical item. So I'll just have to think about that.
Well, it's only common and uncommon.
Common and uncommon, yeah.
That's still...
the potion recipes
still
are only
powerful.
common and uncommon, yeah.
It's like you gave me a book with every level 1 from the PHB, but it's just the PHB.
Yeah. Alright, so what do you all want to do? So you
Just
made
FYI,
4... Yeah.
the Potion of Comprehension is also only from Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Okay.
So...
Well, I think those... Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say 2 of the 4 common potions are from that module.
Yeah, unfortunately... Well, there aren't too many common potions other than healing, otherwise. I think there's only like 1 or 2 outside of healing.
There's only 4, and 2 of them are from Mad Mage.
Yeah, I mean,
Climbing, Comprehension, Healing, and Watchful Rest, yeah.
Yeah. But none of them are super powerful, so I'm not too worried.
So,
Realizing it's also quarter of the time with uncommon, I could craft uncommon and stuff next time.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to talk about what's happening here.
Demons everywhere.
I think,
Already?
well, perhaps
Where are they
demons
demons?
everywhere, but illusions everywhere.
That is interesting, and they have been solid. I'm not sure how often illusions can be solid.
But just remember, not demons, not demons, not demons here. Not demons.
You need to add an... Is that enough?
You're so eloquent, Donnie.
No, you need one more not.
You're not.
Not what?
Not.
It's a naughty
Not a
problem.
demon.
Be sure. Look, the thing is, something very strange is going on, and I think it's all perhaps able to be tracked back to this dragon. So my question is, should we even stay, or should we try to go back and scry? We have to find this phylactery, which could be the scrying pillar that we found, the only thing left in the hoard of the dragon.
It certainly could be. I think there's
If
also
we have to break
something to
that
be said
beautiful-
about the potential for things undiscovered in the northeast passages. I think that's one of the few places we've not been.
I say we just keep smashing things and eventually it'll show up.
You mean the northwest passages of the temple?
No, the northeast, northeast passages of this temple.
Well, I suppose we could look there, but if
Well,
we
the
can't...
orcs.
And we do still need to find a third key.
The orcs may be finite since we've learned they're from this plane, but the demons, we don't know. If they're being summoned, they may be infinite. Us just
Indeed true.
hacking away at them may not
Something
be
is
the
also...
only answer. As
Trying may
eager
not
as we
come up
are
with anything
to,
either. There's always unknowns.
True.
I would say that perhaps the best way forward is just to deal with the things that are in front of us. Certainly there are mysteries yet to be unraveled in this temple. Perhaps we deal with them, and then if we find nothing, then we leave and see if we can find answers elsewhere.
Indeed, Ivor, but we should be...
Max liked him, and I'm liking him more now too.
We should be vigilant that we're not just simply performing the same tasks over and over and over. Because
Question.
if things are being summoned, they could be continually summoned.
True enough, but then I think our
And then we'll
best...
continually smash them.
I think our best path forward is to explore every nook and cranny that we can find to ensure that whatever is summoning them isn't down here.
True.
Now,
Alright, so what do you
do
want
we
to do?
know? Do we know anybody who has ideas on liches?
You're thinking too much. Let's go.
Well, the dragon. The reason it can come back is because it has the phylactery. If we know anybody who has more specific knowledge whenever it comes to liches, they might be able to help us find that.
I might be able to check in with someone at the college, but the truth is I'm a bit tapped out for magic just at the moment, so it would have to wait.
In other words, let's go looking and we'll figure it out if we need to figure it out.
Do we still look like orcs right now?
Yep.
Yeah, because that was cast in the morning while you were exploring, so that spell should still be going.
Yeah, it's an 8-hour.
And there's no concentration on that, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna give a listen at the door to see if I hear anything in the hallway outside the.
Miri doesn't look like an orc. She looks like anything, but everybody.
Yeah, what did you make Miri look like, or Betha?
I mean, Celia knows, but whatever those...
Whatever the littlest demons we've seen in here were. I
Imps?
forget.
Or no? Well, something Betha size, maybe like a Dretch or something.
Okay, sure.
Because I don't know if you've seen any little demons, have you?
Yeah, no, there were some
Other than those shadow things.
Well, I mean, they are different sizes, even if some of them aren't little. So just pick the smallest one we've seen, and then she's a runt of that variety or something.
So the smallest one you saw was probably... what would it be? Might be the Babao. I think those are like 5 or 6 feet.
Sounds familiar. I think you said that.
So she's a little runt of a babao. And the babaos are all kind of like hunched and weird anyway, so
Yeah,
she just walks in a way that doesn't... Yeah, let's go with that.
it's kind of gaunt and weird.
Yep, they hunched.
She's
Alright,
playing like
so,
playing
and
a part.
I think you can look a little bit bigger with seeming, right?
Yeah.
Just not too much. Alright, so sure, she looks like a little Babao thing.
And she stays to the back of the group anyway, so she's usually not going to be heavily scrutinized when we do encounter creatures. So
Should we go ahead and give Donnie one of the potions of comprehension so he can understand demons?
Yes, I think that's a very smart idea, but how long do they last?
It lasts for 1 hour.
Can you link the potion of comprehension?
yeah, I can.
I'm
I set
assuming
it
it
up
works
already,
like
actually.
comprehend languages.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
it gives you comprehend languages for 1
You
hour.
would, well, let me make sure I'm not going to get egg on my face when I say this.
He can speak orc, so he can reply in orc. That's what I'm hoping.
Or he speak orcish. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
I think
He's just
he would be
wanting
able
you
to
to
understand
understand more
Abyssal, but he
things.
can't
Infernal would
speak
be
it.
what I'd
Yeah,
want to
so
pick up.
that is the thing with comprehend languages. You can't necessarily speak it. So he would know what they're saying in Abyssal, but he could only respond in Orcish or Common.
That's fine.
I think
It's
that's
more
the idea.
believable if
Yeah.
he's actually responding to what they're saying, even if it is in a different language.
All right.
Yeah.
So you drink the potion, and for an hour, you will have
Because I
comprehend
drink
languages.
I don't trust him. No, yeah, I drink it.
All right. Beldani, you don't hear any noise coming from the hallway. It sounds quiet.
I think
There's
it's
an
all
illusion
clear.
further on.
Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I just said I think it's all clear to the rest of
Okay.
the group.
All right, let's go then.
Ranye says, "Remember, go catch that Bodak and see if you can figure out what the chaotic magics are." As you open the door,
And what will you be doing?
because I will be continuing my studies here and observing things.
Okay.
I am the brains behind this group. Alright, so you head out into the hallway, and yeah, it seems quiet. The passage turns east and west.
East and west. Oh, okay.
Or sorry, north and east, not east and west.
Ivor, which direction do you think we should go?
Actually, hang on a moment. Let's make sure everyone's out there. Because I assume you're closing the door behind you.
Yeah.
Okay. So Zalia comes out last, shutting the door.
We wanted to head over back to the western passageway, right?
The northeast, I believe. That's the one place that we've not been. Well, the one place that we know we've not been. There are perhaps other passages to explore, but that was the one place that we turned away from. That was the last time that we saw the Bodak before it made itself known to us on purpose. But that was also an illusion.
You use a lot of words to say northeast.
Well, you are the one in front, so frankly, why don't you just pick a fucking direction?
I was until you started talking.
All right. Stop your bickering.
Right, so you're moving north down the hallway.
I'm
Are
assuming
these stones?
Belconnie's kind of checking for traps. along
The
way.
stones crack a little under your weight, but they seem solid, at least so far.
Yes, I'm keeping an eye out
And-
for anything that looks suspicious or.
Alright, so actually, as you get up here, Zalia, your stone begins to feel warm in your hand.
Ooh, my stone's warming up. It's rather nice, considering how chilly it is down here.
In her hands. Like, oh, the devil.
Some sort of demonic energy.
Theo
Be
points to the
careful.
wall right beside him. Magic room right on the other side. Big
Might be.
pentagram.
Does your stone give you any sense of direction to where this power is? Or does it only tell you that you are close?
I'll concentrate on it,
here-
does it?
No, go ahead.
Sorry, as we get to here, are these... We can see these two passageways. Are they totally caved in at this point?
Yeah, so the rocks are blocking passage, so you can't get through these without some work.
Are they illusory rocks? I know Hollow Hand said they put up an illusion to stop things coming this way.
Do you want to go touch them?
Donnie goes and touches them.
Alright, so you push on the boulders, they feel pretty solid.
It's a rock.
No
Mimic
direction. Yeah. I mean, no direction, I've Master Shannon. Just warmer if we're close to demons, and farther if we're not.
Fair enough.
What's going on up there?
I see a
Pleasantly
skeleton on the
warm.
ground. Last time we saw a
found
skeleton.
rocks.
Are they real rocks?
So far.
They're solid, not necessarily real. Hold up, there's a skeleton up there. Last time I saw a skeleton, we almost got
Zalia,
smushed.
as you
Your
come
ability to observe
around,
the obvious is outstanding, Hat.
as you come around the corner here, Zalia, you see something glowing near the rocks. as
Wait,
a small
stop.
bit of fire comes into view, seemingly just sitting on the ground there.
Oh, neat.
Does anyone see this fire right here?
Can I see the fire?
Where is it? Like here?
It's right
Am I right?
here. But none of you seem to see it, except for Azalea.
Master Channing, could you come and look over here? I know you're able to see things sometimes the rest of us are not.
I'm looking, but I see
Right.
nothing particularly
So-
interesting.
As you
Like,
step
Rocky
up,
sees things, Smarty Pants sees things, everybody's seeing things. Guys are all crazy.
as you step forward, Ivor, much like the symbol appeared for you, you would see the flames come into view on the ground there.
Oh, neat.
We're not
Okay.
talking to things though, Donnie, so there's that.
He talks to him.
I'll say I do see it, but only when I am close.
What do you make
A
of
voice
it?
in your head says, reach out, see if you can touch it.
What did you say, Professor?
I said, what do you make of it?
That's a good question, and I'll reach out and touch it.
Alright, so as Ivor touches it, the flames seem to swirl around his arm, moving up towards him and seemingly absorb into him, vanishing.
And do I see that?
Oh yeah, you all see it.
I'm
Well,
gonna-
actually, no, you don't all see it. Zalia would see it, because, yeah, the rest of you can't see the flames.
I'm gonna
Ivor
go-
would see it, and Zalia would see it.
What was that?
That is a very good question, and I do not have a good answer. I'll ask Tinder in my head if he knows what has happened.
He would say, these are bits of my power that still exist within this place. And you've retrieved some of it. I thank you.
Unleash the pit fiend.
I'll respond again.
It was
a
nice
bit.
of him.
Yeah, I'll ask him if the power has successfully gone to him, or if because it looked like it was absorbed by me. Is that correct?
Yes. And he says, yes, I've retrieved it.
Neat.
Celia's still looking at you like, and?
Yeah, I'll respond and say, they it was a remnant of power lost by our new friend. It seems that he has recovered it.
Give me a wisdom check, Ivor.
Thea responds, unleash the pit fiend.
I'm not sure that doesn't
Wisdom
alarm me a
check.
little bit, Master Channing.
Oh fuck! I don't have
Honest?
any inspiration.
Yeah, boy, I gotta say that it's a bit worrying.
We told him we were gonna get his juice back. Well,
No,
hold on. Did I tell
Who
you
told him that? I'm not sure the we is
You told me that.
Wait, hold on. Now I can't remember. Was that information that I shared with you guys?
I think it was.
Think that we know that he
Yeah, I think
is
so.
not in his full power and that's what he seeks. I don't know about an agreement.
Okay, right. Okay. I just didn't want to tell you anything that I hadn't already told you. So if you already knew about it, then I think it probably would tell you that.
I think you did say something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, in any case-
and I made a mistake.
Fuck.
The gem actually would require attunement. I
Okay.
missed that. Did you attune to it, Zalia?
Yeah, I would have attuned during the short
Okay.
rest. I only have one attuned item, so.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. So what
I
do
mean,
you
I
all want to
can't
do?
add it to my sheet, but I'll just make a mental note. Because it's not a real gem. I mean, it's not a gem that exists in the D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you have the name of it and kind of basic. I mean, you can. So there is a section in your inventory. Well, actually, you're using Beyond, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to create a
I mean, you
homebrew
can
item.
create a custom item and put it in there and
Yeah, I
make the
can.
requirements.
But I didn't do it in the last 30 seconds, so.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Whenever you get a
Why
chance.
not? Really?
Whoa. Here's me. Yeah, I mean, just I have in D&D Beyond. There's a section for what is attuned, and right now I have one thing out of.
All right. So yeah, whenever you get a chance, can you make a
I mean, I guess
custom
I'm not
attune
too
thing?
worried about it because I don't think. this thing around forever just while we're here, so I'll just make a note.
All right. Well, as long as you're tracking it somehow. So what do you all want to do?
So
should be so lucky
in
to come.
consideration of the conversations that we had previously that I had just forgotten about, I think I would probably say instead that I feel like it is some sort of infernal energy, but I don't know for sure. That's probably what I'll say.
It's definitely infernal energy. I told you that myself. But why did you absorb it?
That's a good question. Perhaps because I am friends with Tender.
Absorbing random energy.
Yeah.
You don't know where that energy's been.
Son of a...
Seems like it could
you
be
need to
true.
use protection.
All right. That makes sense.
I don't know that it
Oh,
necessarily makes
okay.
sense. I just don't know.
Right. All right. Well, keep an eye open for more of them and just be careful, will you?
I'll do my best.
You're all right. Let's go.
All right. So you continue heading north.
Is
Yeah.
this skeleton of any interest?
The bones look very old. Nothing looks very interesting about them. Just like they've been laying here for a while.
Looks like we're at another dead end.
Yeah, the boulders seem to mark another area where there has been a cave-in.
I push at the rocks again. They real?
Yeah, they
Lots of
seem
blue
real.
something.
Is this a dwarven statue or the skeleton?
Do you have medicine? Yeah,
Yeah.
right. It does look dwarven, yes. Looks like a very old, just bit of dwarven bones that have been laying here.
So, Lou,
Okay.
I've been obviously mapping this place as I went, so I'm going to pull out my map.
Mm-hmm.
Does everything seem to line up, or does it feel like maybe we've missed something?
Yeah, the hallways seem to line up. I mean, you were on the other side of both these cave-ins, I believe, right?
According to this map, we were not the other side.
So, Theo would remember that there is a hallway we traveled through right there.
Mm-hmm.
Could be there's a solid wall here. Could be there's a mechanism around to open up a passage, potentially.
You
Or
mean
we could walk down
here?
to the other hallway where we know there's a door. Just saying.
Well, we don't know there's a door, but there is another hallway we haven't followed yet from
Where there
leaving the
doors,
gorge. Yeah.
there are demons as well, so we should be careful. I'm going to come up here and look for secret doors.
Give me an investigation. Well, I guess perception to see if you notice anything about the wall. Then investigation.
Give this door for me.
Certainly, Professor. I'll be right there.
I mean, this hallway. It's just that according to my map, there should be a door to the west here, and I don't see any. Or to the east, and I don't see any.
You turn around and you realize Beldani had walked away.
Where is
Guidance.
it? All right, go ahead and give me a perception check. The wall seems solid to you.
I don't think there's anything here, Professor. The wall seems pretty solid.
Very curious.
Dwarves making a normal wall instead of a wall that opens.
Be something there, but all right. I'll make a note in my map.
That was the dead end where you found that treasure chest. At least
Right.
you didn't see anything on the other side of it.
I think that's our secret hallway.
Oh, good.
Way too much unused space there. Doors
All
supposed to
right.
be better designed.
Oh, Donnie just disappears. Oh, there he goes.
Hey, look, there's a door down here. Fancy.
I already knew that was there.
The hallway. Wasn't there a door here when we came before?
This is the door.
Alright.
I don't think we ever used this hallway
Hang
before.
on a second. So as everybody freeze, so as you walk over there, Beldani, you would see something to the north.
I was trying to keep up with the party, but I lost my torch in the wall, so I would have been a little bit.
So one thing we could do, because it seems like we have this problem a lot, is I could make some kind of icon to represent the group moving as a group instead of having individual tokens, and then just pull out the turn order.
It was my own fault because I left my lantern behind, and then I had to stop and delete, and everybody was moving.
And yeah, it looks like we're missing 2. Is Ivor?
Ivor was
together?
Ivor was staying with Zalia, but also like if
Good,
everyone's moving and you're missing people, like we probably should stop moving until we figure out what's going on. But there's a creature here. I need initiatives.
A chance we can talk to it?
You could, but
We do look like demon orcs right now.
we'll see what happens. There is a possibility it will talk to you. So it seems to growl angrily at you as it sees you. I'll say, let's see. Theo, you are first to act. What do you want to do?
Don't forget we look like orcs.
Yeah, we look like orcs, and I can't really get past.
So I
Bell
guess
and
you would see Beldani and Donnie stop suddenly looking at something to the north, because I don't know if you could see it from there. You're kind of far back.
I cannot. And I can't properly get past them without potentially causing more stuff. I'm trying to blend in right now, so stay behind the corner and hold vortex warp in case it tries to hit Bell to warp him.
Alright, so you're going to cast a spell.
It's through my armor, it's more so.
Could you please link the ability? Or link the armor, I can take a look at it.
Spell storing item. It's in my armor because you can use your armor as armor artificer as spellcasting focus.
But it is a spell nevertheless, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
But it's whenever you have the item, you produce a spell's effect from it, not cast it.
Okay. Sure, so it doesn't look like you're actually casting it. So you ready to use the ability of that armor? Betha, what are you doing?
All right, I do not see a creature, but what do I see Beldani and Theo and Johnny doing? Is there any bodily reaction?
So
like where
they look like they are
stance?
maybe worried about something, and you would hear a growling coming from up ahead.
All right. I will ready. Let's go with Sacred Flame. It's quieter than Toll the Dead. I will ready a Sacred Flame if I see a creature that is doesn't attack against. Because I can see Beldani and Donnie. I just can't see anything beyond them. So if I see them attacked, I will try and do a Sacred Flame on the creature that attacks.
All right, Zalia,
I'll move up one so that
a
I
bit
can
behind because of.
And I also try to act like a babao.
Yeah.
That's my movement, and I'm gonna keep walking.
Okay, so you hurry down the hallway, seeing what's going on over there.
I don't see anything.
Oh, well, never mind. You don't see them, but you hear something up ahead.
Why's everyone stopped?
Beldani, what are you gonna do?
Alright, I will take a step forward into the hallway, turn back to the group and say, It's one of the wolf demons in, I'll say it in Elvish, so that hopefully the wolf demon doesn't understand me.
Okay.
I assume Zalia understands that, right?
I do not.
Oh, you don't?
Nope.
Oh,
What did he
Besa
say?
Besa does understand it.
Any
As does-
actions?
I'm just going to turn to the demon and say, "Stand down. Your master wouldn't want you messing with us."
And that's in common.
Yes.
All right. Ivor, what are you doing?
I think I'm just walking down the hallway. 15, 20, 25, 30.
Looks like you're inside, boy.
Rolling and looking good, what he does best.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Donnie.
Step up here. Since Ivor already spoken, or Beldani spoken common already, I want to start speaking in another language. I guess I'll let him take the lead, and I will ready an attack action if it attacks me or an ally next to me.
All right. So the creature stalks forward, growling, and suddenly Beldani, Donnie, Theo, Betha, Zalia, and Ivor, you would hear a strange, almost chaotic language just blasting in your head. Does anyone speak Abyssal?
I do because of comprehend languages.
Alright, so it is roaring, "You have no business being here. Why are you here?" That's what you understand, Donnie.
Yep.
The rest of you have no idea. And it steps forward, engaging and growling. Looks like threateningly, but action-wise, it just takes the dodge action as it continues, or as it waits for a response. Theo.
So, quick question with holding action on spell storing item. Because I'm not channeling the spell, do I use a charge from it? Seeing as how it was an action to be taken.
No, because
It's
you're
okay.
not actually... It's, because you use the item to use it, so if you don't use the item, nothing happens.
Alright, then I'm going to do the same as last
Basically,
time.
it's like getting ready to push a button. If you didn't push the button, then it didn't occur.
Yeah. I'm going to get ready to push the button again, just in case it tries to attack Beldani to warp him beside me.
Alright, and you have the range to do that, I assume.
90 feet.
Alright. So you ready your action? Betha, what are you doing?
I'm gonna move up. I'm continuing to act like a babao as much as I can. A babao with apparently with a light stone. She didn't. I never said she put it away, so I guess she's got a light stone out.
Yeah.
Or it's her ring, but
Look at the range.
yeah. I will do the same thing. I will prepare a sacred flame for any hostile creature that attacks.
Is that the daylight ring?
No. I don't know if daylight is still up or not, but I did not. I wasn't carrying it. I think Zalia was.
Daylight wouldn't
Or
still be
Ivor?
up at this point, because it only lasts an hour, I believe.
I thought we no. What
No.
was it?
I think it is an hour, if I recall.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I see.
And
Okay.
yeah, it's 1 hour, so daylight would
Yeah.
not still
No,
be
but
going.
Betha's just carrying her continual flame ring.
Gotcha.
Continuum.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I just have a regular torch under me, so.
Okay.
The daylight thing is stone.
Yeah. So
Was-
the daylight would be gone, but yeah, you would still have your stone light
Yeah,
source.
I'm just gonna hold on to my stuff and wait to see what happens here, since I understood the Elvish, but I don't understand anything else that's happening. Well, I guess I understood the common, but yeah, there's a lot going on. I'm just gonna wait and watch.
All right. So Zalia, what are you doing?
I'm gonna mutter under my breath in Draconic that I really need to learn tongues. And then I'm gonna move forward this much. See how. Oh boy. I'm gonna stop behind Theo, and I'm going to prepare firebolt. No, firebolt, and hold my.
All right, Beldani, what are you gonna do? If it understood you, it didn't respond in common.
All right. Well, in that case, knowing that Donnie at least understood whatever was blasted into our heads, I'm just gonna turn to Donnie and say in Elvish, "You've got this," and ready an attack should the creature attack me or Donnie.
Okay. Ivor.
I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And you said we all heard that in our heads, but even
Yes.
if we can make it out.
Everyone within 120 feet, which I think is everyone.
Yeah. I think I will. I think I'll just take the dodge action because I'm not. Yeah, I still can't. I mean, I can see that something's up there, but we're also undercover, so I'm not trying to run down the hallway.
All right, Donnie.
So I would start by slapping where I know Beldani's head to be upside the head and say, "You do not speak that infernal tongue here anymore. I've told you that before."
What are you saying that in?
In Orcish.
Okay.
And then I would stare at the beast and say, "Why are you in the way of our patrol?" Again in Orcish.
Give me a deception. Because you are...
An advantage to the theatrics there?
Meh.
Fine. I'll roll regular. Come on, big money. That's not big money.
Oh.
Alright. The creature looks at you for a moment as if it has no idea what you're saying. And once again yells abyssal in your heads, saying, "You do not belong in this place. You should be to the east of here. Why are you here?" And at the end of the round, there is
Can I respond to that still, or are we past the turn?
You can respond next round because another one seems to seemingly come out of nowhere behind the group. Almost as if it teleported in, much like you saw them teleport out when you first saw these things. Anyway.
If you allow it, Donnie would still have the readied action to attack if this beast attacks any of my allies.
Yeah, that keeps going until your turn comes back up. So Theo, what are you doing?
None of us understood what he was saying.
Yeah, you just hear more yelling, and then another one of these things appeared behind the group.
But you would have heard it in Orcish, which hopefully you've heard me speak it enough to recognize it.
I mean, language, what he said.
Like I can tell you're speaking Italian, but I don't fucking speak Italian.
Well, no, but yeah. I mean, at least it's in a language that you know is something that I've negotiated well with before.
Yeah.
Moving 30 feet and getting ready to vortex warp Ivor behind me next to Betha if this thing attacks him.
Okay. So you continue readying your vortex warp, Betha.
Well, again, no one on our side has shown offense yet, so I will not start that. But I do see this dude behind me, and I don't really like being near him. So I'm pretty much centered, though. Oh, shoot. I will stay... I will probably stay where I am. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Ah, shoot. I don't know. Let me, I'm gonna put Sanctuary on myself. Wait, let me look at that. How verbal is that? It does have a verbal component. All right, so that might attract attention, so I will not do that. I'm going to continue to ready a Sacred Flame against the first offensive attack that I see. I'm just gonna try and act like I'm a very obsequious Babao who is acting as though like Donnie is my supervisor and I follow his commands. So I'm just like following him.
You are concentrating as you hold the spell. You would see, this Babao continually chanting as she's casting the spell over and over, but you have not released it yet.
Wait, what?
When you ready a spell, you cast it and hold it. So you have to cast it and concentrate.
Oh, okay. No, all right. Let me forget that then. I'll just dodge. But I'm just acting like a Babao. I'm being very obsequious, though Donnie is my supervisor, and I'm trying to figure out what my job. Okay, we were doing our job, and where should we go next? Basically, something. Right. Yeah, I'm waiting for I'm trying to act like I'm just waiting for instructions. I just don't want to draw attention right now.
That's fine. Alright, so Zalia, what are you doing?
I'm getting a lot of delays on my connection right now, guys. Sorry.
Same thing for me. I will back up against this wall, sort of ducking behind Ivor. I think I'm fairly occluded from both these guys, so I am going to hold my firebolt. And I'm going to look at Donnie and under my breath say, Donnie.
Alright, Bell Donnie, what are you doing?
Once again, I'm gonna hold an attack action and hoping that Donnie's able to negotiate our way out of this.
Alright, Ivor. You see the creature approaching you.
Yeah. So what's he gonna think if I...
He's the shepherd, we're the sheep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna walk casually past Theo and like shrug my shoulders. But then as I pass him, I'll give him like a serious face. And then when I get to this point, I am going to ready an Eldritch Blast against the western Shisuva if anybody on either side makes an act of aggression.
Alright. Donnie, what do you got?
So Donnie would say in Orcish, as you can see, we're walking east. We heard a noise this way. We just finished investigating. We're heading back until your big ass got in the way. My companions have all caught up now. We're on our patrol. Get out of the fucking way already.
Ooh, wow.
Intimidation?
No, he has no idea what you're saying.
Still an orc growling at him.
Yeah, I just...
I was like, they're not orcs.
You get the feeling that this thing expects you to be able to speak Abyssal. For its turn, it snarls and attacks. So, Beldani, you would get your reaction if you want to take it.
Yes, indeed.
Go ahead. Spend a reaction and stab at this thing. Crit.
Yeet.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Bam, bam, bam. Alright, so...
53 points of damage
this thing always
total.
spews so many numbers out.
The bottom line total.
So, let me see if I can figure these out again.
David just told you they're linked to bottoms.
Yeah, I just have to figure out what type of damage is what, because I have to see
resistances,
resistances and stuff. Alright, so sneak attack. That's the crit for the piercing, I guess. because you get the +7, then you roll another 1, so 8, 9, 5 necrotic, 14, 21 sneak. Oh, I see what. Okay. So, yep, you stab it for 53.
Fucking gnarly.
And anyone mark yourself as using your reaction, please. And also mark yourself as having your dagger out, because right now none of you have weapons out, except for Betha, I think. Which I assume you had them out.
Yep. Yeah, she always, because her moon sickle is also her spellcasting focus, so she's always got that.
Did someone else have something readied? Firebolt?
Me.
And you were shooting at this one?
Yeah.
No, this one.
Alright, so you're like, jig's up. And you fire a firebolt. Apparently rolling 3. Wait, how did you crit
Holy wow.
How'd you crit for higher? Oh, I see. Because, gotcha. Alright, so 20, 49.
That was an insane first 2 attacks.
Very nice.
That was really amazing.
Well, we did hold our actions for like 3 turns, so.
We gave him the chance to run.
So you used your reaction, correct,
time.
Celia?
Yeah.
Alright, so mark yourself as such. This one is indeed.
Donnie was also holding his action for an aggressive move.
Oh, were
Yep.
you? Alright,
Yep.
so spend your reaction and go ahead and take your attack.
Well, I clarified at the end of my round that I was still holding that. I don't have rage, but I do have the attack at least.
Mm-hmm. Alright, 30 would strike. Doing
I love these numbers.
15. And don't you get your...
I'm not raging, so no divine.
Oh,
fury.
right, you got rage for that. Alright, so do another 15.
And I only get 1 attack on a reaction, right?
Yes.
Correct.
So
Ivor
he
is also holding his blast.
So the Shusuva is going to go for Beldani.
Ivor was also holding his blast.
Oh,
Yep.
go ahead.
Okay.
Take your shot.
This one. And since it is one spell with 3 beams, this one is 3 attacks, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so you hit with 2 of them.
Okay.
Doing 18.
I'll take it.
So the...
And that was the western
here.
one.
Yeah, he shot this one. And actually that would wound him. So this one is going to lunge at Beldani now. He was going to lunge at Donnie, but Beldani stabbed him really hard. So he is going to use his tail stinger first. So that would miss and bite. Oh, that is a crit. Everyone's critting today.
Oh dear.
44 damage to Beldani. Not as good as yours, but still,
Ouch. Any of that necrotic?
I don't think so. These things don't have necrotic damage. It is all piercing. Oh, but wait. Con save. Or no, that's the tail stinger. Nope, that's all piercing damage.
Can
Okay.
you dodge it? And can you...
I cannot because I used my reaction to make
you
my
already
attack.
stabbed. So this one rushes down the hallway angrily. Because Theo's in the way, it's just going to jump at you. Did you have an action ready, or were you dodging?
I had an action ready in case it tried to attack Ivor.
Okay, but it does not go for Ivor, it jumps at you.
Yep.
So it does a bite first. That is a 9, so that would miss you. And tail stinger, 21.
That hits.
Alright. So you are tail stingied for 10 piercing damage, and I need a con save as you feel its poison taking hold. DC 15, so you would make it, and you are unaffected by the poison. Snarl, snarl. That is it for them. Theo.
Bonus. Let me double check this real fast. Bonus action Guardian, 10 to HP.
Alright,
And
so
I'm gonna punch it in its snout.
So you put on some magical shielding as you take a punch.
Activate my Dune Shield.
Oh yeah, 26 would land, dealing 5 thunder, which I don't think they... No, they don't have resistance to thunder. And anything else?
Another punch.
Alright, you take a second punch. Oh yeah, 20 would
Damage.
land, another one for another 7 damage.
If it attacks anybody other than me, disadvantage.
Okay, and that's it for Theo. Betha, what are you doing?
So we encountered these creatures once before, and I know that their stinger can stretch out a bit and have some reach. Do I think that I can leave its threat right now, or do I think that I'm in its threat?
You would guess
Like
that...
with the hard corner.
You would guess you're in its threat. So if you move away, well, it can reach up to 15, so you can move around within 15 feet of it.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I think she knew the length of its reach. She just wasn't sure if it had seen her around that hard corner. So okay.
Yeah.
So having seen her allies go after this thing and seeing that it's wounded, she's just gonna go ahead and try to add to that. Let's do... I don't want to make too much noise. So I guess... yeah, I guess I'll do... Yeah, I guess I'll do a Sacred Flame. Yeah,
All
I'll do
right.
Sacred Flame, this guy.
So you chant, letting loose a burst of radiant energy. Go ahead and give me the deets on that. So, yep, chanting, and you point, and he is going to indeed try to dodge with a dex save. He would roll a 19, so I think he made it. Dodging to the side as your radiant
That
flame.
matches, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
so he would just manage to make it,
That was a
dodging
pretty
to the
good roll,
side.
too.
Yep. Anything
Oh,
else?
wow. Okay. That's unfortunate. Let me just real quick, what are my bonus action options? I think I'm gonna hang on to stuff because we are depleted already and we haven't taken too many loss or too much damage yet. So yeah, I will move back exactly where I was, and that's my turn.
All right, Zalia.
Can I whisper to Zalia, like, don't get any closer or you won't be able to leave us, like, he'll be able to reach you? She probably already knows that, though, from my last encounter. Never mind.
You there, Zalia? Can't hear you.
Are you muted?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm
yeah.
muted. Sorry. I will. I'll acknowledge that, and then I'll raise my staff of power and cast magic missile. At the one in front of Theo.
All right. So you raise your staff.
21
And,
point.
Yeah, that's +5 each. So he takes 3 bolts of energy for 21. He roars angrily. Anything else?
Nope. I'll stay where I am.
All right, Beldani. What are you gonna do?
Another stab with the dagger.
All right, so you lunge at him, and indeed you connect again. 25 would strike for another 26. All right.
And then I will bonus action disengage. 5, 10, 15, 20. And step back here. Actually, 25. It should put me just out of range of his tail.
You are actually still in range.
Alright, then one more.
Because it's... oh, wait. Actually, I forgot diagonals. So you might...
I was supposed to say, could he get across that?
So yeah, actually, you're okay there. Zalia is in range, but you are not.
Okay.
Because of
Wait, I'm in range
diagonals.
of you.
I don't think it could get around the corner at Betha or...
It
Yeah,
could.
maybe
It
Betha.
would have cover, or she would have cover, but it could target her there.
So that is
Because
the end of
remember,
my
it's
turn.
not a 10 by 10 foot block. It's moving around in there, so it could step to the side and attack around
Yeah, that's
the corner.
1, 2, 3. Wouldn't have to get. Isn't that 4? Wouldn't have to go around this corner.
No, so he doesn't have to physically get to you. He just has you're within 15 feet of him,
Yeah,
which
he
is
has
as long as
a-
his tail is.
Yeah, he has a 15-foot range on his tail. So, Ivor, what are you doing?
I think I'll probably stay right here and just try blasting him again.
Alright, so you let loose another flurry of blasts at this thing. All 3 would strike him. For 15 as he takes a bunch of force damage.
Very well.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Alright, Mr. Donnie, what's the plan?
Seeing this thing's already wounded, I'm actually not going to burn a rage, and just go ahead and attack it. And you guys all see Donnie surprisingly calm as he swings at it with dumb axe.
Alright. Oh yeah, 30 would land a hit.
He's going Ultra Instinct.
For 12 on the first one.
And then the second one.
28 would strike again. Another 9, which would kill him. As a reaction, he lunges forward and bites at you. 23 would strike you.
Nope.
Right?
Wait, the thing he just killed just reacted?
Yep. As a reaction, when you kill them, they can bite you. Which I was forgetting to do when you first fought them. So yeah, basically as you do a killing blow, it lunges forward and does like a last-ditch effort.
They lash
That's
out.
pretty cool.
Nice.
He does 25 piercing and falls over dead.
Nice. Donnie, even though without his rage, still be in front.
That's
so-
an impressive last action, though.
I'm just imagining it went
Yeah.
to bite around Donnie, and Donnie just brings his axe up into it as it's biting down.
15, 20, 30. He runs up to this beast, even though he can't attack again. He still wants to be in the battle.
Alright. So you use aggressive, I assume, for that, right?
I wouldn't need to. I've got 40 feet of movement.
But wouldn't you have to move through allies to slow you down a bit?
Yeah, but even then, that's only an extra 10 feet of movement. And so that was...
Okay.
Yeah. Because one diagonal's 5. You said it's only...
Yeah, I guess you could skip one person like that. Well, wait. So, I mean, not like it's a big deal, I guess,
Yeah.
but...
For 5, 10...
5, 10, 20, 25, 30...
Oh.
That's 35. That's
35.
35.
Yeah, you'd be
Going
right
to-
there.
Yeah.
So that would be
Sorry,
40, yeah.
Yeah, I miscounted by 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I was like, am I going crazy? Okay, so you move up to there and get ready to attack. The Shusuva go. And this one, well, he is focused on Theo because of the Thunder Gauntlet, so he is going to bite at you. 19 versus AC?
That matches my AC.
Alright, so that would strike.
They keep matching. Sure.
Biting for 22 piercing. Second attack with the tail. 11, so you would definitely block that one, parrying the tail with your hand. And that's it for the creature, Theo.
I'm gonna punch it.
Alright, you go into boxing mode with your thunder gloves. So 7 with the first hit.
Double 16.
5 with the second. He's looking, or it's looking badly wounded, but it's still up, getting ready to attack you back. Betha. Are you there, Betha?
Probably connection problems right now.
Yeah. So,
Hello.
oh, I heard you for a moment.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. I think that I saw. Can I use my medical intuition on? I thought Beldani got hit pretty hard earlier. So.
Sure,
Can I use my medical
Beldani.
intuition on him?
Beldani, whisper her your HP. I'll do it. I don't think he looks wounded yet, though, right?
No, I'm not yet
Right.
wounded.
But I know that Theo and Donnie have taken damage, but I feel like Donnie probably has the least hit points at the moment. So I'll go ahead and bandage Donnie.
Alright, so you take out one of your healer's kits, quickly applying salves to, I guess, where he got bit really bad, and helping to use those, I guess, chemicals to close the wounds a little. So he regains 17.
And then, yes. And then I think that we're in pretty decent shape here, and I'm gonna conserve spells. And that's actually, I think, my turn. Yeah.
Very good.
I'm gonna hold on the rest. Yeah.
Alright, Azalea.
I'm going to glance to the east and say, and hiss, we'd better make this quick, and then cast Firebolt.
Alright, so he is struck with Firebolt, taking 16
23.
damage. No, they demon. They half fire. But that would be enough to kill it. It lunges forward, snapping at Theo for its last attack. Spending a reaction. 25. They're rolling really good on those bite attacks. 16 piercing, and it dies.
Bastards. We'd better get out of here quickly.
Turned into dust,
These
right?
things are fun.
Well, they turn into the demonic essence that you were used to seeing.
There's this door to the south.
And actually, Zalia, as you walk over here, you would feel warmth.
To the south or
the gem?
Any particular direction?
No, you just feel a warmth.
Well, I'm gonna lean this way, and then I'm gonna
feel
lean.
a warmth or feel a warmth from the gem?
Hot or cold?
I'm stuck in the door again. I'm gonna
Should come on my doors.
to the east and lean to the south. Do I feel more warm in one
No,
area?
so it doesn't seem like the warmth gets more intense. It just seems like you would feel the gem get warm when you're within range of them.
It's bullshit.
As we're standing, like,
Who built
Faith is,
this
like,
gem? This is bullshit.
Faith is smearing wounds with like herbal salve that stings, like that really hurts. She's doing that like as we stand here.
Can I get some of that?
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
There's a bit of warmth there. So is there a door to the east?
Yeah, there is a door here.
There's
Door
one
here,
there.
and there's a door south.
There are doors.
All right, one for Theo and one for Donnie in the chat. Go ahead, guys.
There are doors in both directions. I'm definitely feeling something warm. Should we check to the south?
Yes.
I will examine both doors to see if they're locked.
So it looks like the east door is not locked.
All right. Well, I will.
The southern door is locked. Sorry.
I will attempt to pick the lock on the southern door.
All right.
Guidance.
So you attempt to pick.
According
the
to
lock.
my maps, I would know that we've been to the east, right?
No, you haven't actually been in there. The only reason it's revealed is because when you leaned up against the door, your token went through and it let you see inside.
Yep.
So you haven't actually been in there.
So it's 24.
Okay. Wait, what's going on? Why is the marker
A lot.
being weird? 24. Alright, so you would pick the south door, and there is a satisfying click as you do so.
All right, Professor, we can go either direction, whichever you'd prefer, now that both doors are unlocked.
I think we should both go in both directions, but let's start with the south since we'll probably be heading to the northeast.
Since I cheated and
Yes.
saw what was in
Right.
there.
Definitely need to go through these doors since we said we were heading to the east before.
I mean,
Very
I
smart.
can't
Yes.
see anything.
I will open
We're
the
heading
southern
to the
door.
northeast, but that means we're going to be leaving the south, so we won't have another shot at this door.
And you're the one that tells me we don't have to smash every door. But okay.
We don't have to smash them.
But we
But
have,
we
to,
do have to
open
open them.
every one.
Yes. Yes,
When
we
we're
do.
trying to find out the
That's
source of
called
something that is
being
summoning
a
demons, yes,
hippo-
absolutely, we must open them all.
That's called being a hippopotamus.
No, it's called being
I'm
thorough.
looking for
You
something.
hear in your mind, Donnie, I just said nice things about you. Don't make me regret it.
Nice.
I can't
What's
believe
a
you just
what's a
gave me
hippopotamus?
They run around with firearms and call it nice.
She's
All right.
gonna lean over to Theo. Does this cloak make me look fat?
Uh-oh.
Not at all.
All right. So, Beldani, did you push the south door open?
Yes, I opened the southern door.
All right.
There's no
so
right answer to that question.
You would see quite a few things as the door opens up. There's lots of bones in here, some sort of glowing altar to the south, and you would see Talakaru standing near the altar.
Son of a bitch.
He would turn
Good
his
thing we opened
head.
this fucking door.
He would turn his head towards you and say, it's been a while, as he turns around from what he was doing.
No releasing demons.
Remind me who Talakaru is?
The dragon.
Dracolich.
Oh, fuck.
Are we in
Okay,
initiative
gotcha.
right now, Lou?
Well, he hasn't attacked you yet. He's not actually even hostile just yet.
What
But
language
here.
did he say that in?
Yeah.
Oh, he just said it in common. He's not trying to be fancy.
Is that who I think it is?
It is. I thought you died.
He laughs. He says, I can't be killed by such conventional means. You were foolish to not speak with me, as we could have worked together. But at this point, it's too late. Your foolishness has cost you dearly. And he says, as for your previous comment, I am not opening demon portals. I was simply examining this altar.
Have
Then
you been
who's-
summoning demons here?
No, of course. Why? What benefit would that? What benefit would that be to me? Just to summon demons? I would
Can I
not
insight check that?
control them. There would be no point. And actually, Ivor, as you step over there, hang on.
Quick, as I move into this room,
You explode. Just kidding.
Does my gem get
Yeah.
stronger?
Well, no, there's no strength. It's just hot or not hot. But a
It's
fiery crystal would appear over here, Ivor, as you step into the area nearby it. And in your head, you hear, "Oh, get it, quick!" Before they question you.
As,
They're not looking.
Oh.
They're not looking. They're looking at him. Quick, get it.
Yeah. As this. So previously, I had made a wisdom check for an unknown purpose. Would there be another opportunity at this time to make such a wisdom check?
No, that was situational for something else. It
Okay,
doesn't
very well.
have to do with the crystals. It was something else that you might
Okay.
have thought of.
Okay, then if it's unrelated, I will, in fact, reach out and touch face.
All right, so you would absorb some more fire, and the only one that would see that happen is Zalia, because no one else
I
sees the
would-
flames.
Ken.
Oh, not even the
Well, you would still probably see it because the fire appears, or you would see the fire when you enter the room, because remember, the crystal is allowing you to see it.
The crystal get cold.
As he touches that, no, the crystal is, well, hang on a second.
There is this thing down here probably pumping out some energy.
I'm measuring something for
That
no
might be a different
particular
kind of
reason.
That altar is probably abyssal, and I think
It is not cold yet, no.
Okay. So I'm going to say to Talakario, if you're not summoning devils or demons, what are you doing?
He says, I've been seeking out my old wares that I left down here, and not been having the easiest time doing so. This place is filled with demons now for some reason. I had thought it had been cleared back when the dwarves drove away the invaders to Tarsus.
I'm going to look toward Beldani with my typical, do you think he's telling the
Is
truth?
Ivor just pacing?
I'm like scoping things out. I'm just sort of like checking out the room. I imagine I have my hands behind my back, like walking like somewhat poshly, and I'm just like sort of like scoping things out.
Okay.
I'd like
Get
to make an
eyebrow from Zalia. She's
insight check on Telekaru. See if he's actually telling the truth about not controlling the demons.
Sure, give me a check. So 19, he doesn't seem like he's lying, though he might not be telling you everything.
Are you a follower of Orcus by chance?
So I don't really follow anyone, but I have found Orcus's forces to be useful in the past.
Because we have word there's an attempt to bring Orcus here through this area, and we've already had to fight one part of him.
Wouldn't be the first time. This place
Have you been
is
scrying on us?
It says scrying on you. I had no idea you were here. Why would I be scrying you? Ugh. This bores me. I need to leave. I have things to do. And he just kind of starts walking away.
Hold up. Put my hand out.
You gonna try to grab him?
I'm pretty much putting the arm out in front, but not directly touching him. Pretty much blocking the way.
So he would stop for a moment and look at you. Skeletal eyes glowing at pinpoints.
Genuinely, reason things went the way they did last time, you weren't really willing to answer any questions and were way too dodgy. We have an opportunity to do things a bit different here if you are actually open.
He says, what do you mean? I was talking to you and your Shatter Kai threw a knife at me. He looks over at Beldani.
You're lucky I'm not doing it again right now.
And he says, well, at this point you realize it would be futile. Even if you could defeat me, you would not get rid of me.
Not permanently this time. And I'll just look back to the professor and say the single word, circlet. And raise an eyebrow.
Oh shit.
Oh, neat. Maybe.
Can
Would I have thought that?
Well, I mean, I said it loud enough that everyone could hear. So
In what language?
in common.
Can I try and grab for the circlet?
I have the circlet.
Ivor, you would hear in your head, who is this?
That's a good question. I have not met him before. My suspicion is that he's probably this Telkari that we had been searching for, although I expected him to be some sort of dragon. Perhaps this is some other incarnation. But this is all just conjecture.
Alright.
So I'm gonna toss Beldani the circlet.
Alright, so Talakaru kind of looks curiously as she sees you throw Beldani a circlet, and he says, what's that about?
And I am going to rush Telekaru and attempt to put the circlet on his head.
Give me...
Can I try and grab him as...
give me initiative rolls at this point. He's not really surprised.
Damn!
Telekaru.
Fuck me.
Who are you, Telekaru?
None of these rolls are very good.
All of them. Beldani.
Yeah, Beldani!
Actually, it's a 20,
Nice.
not a 23, but still.
Dramatic flash of genius, your initiative.
So I'll say, Beldani, you would act first. You would have to grab him to try to do this, and then you would have to make another successful grapple check to put it on his head.
All right, so two
give me
grapple checks.
And unfortunately, you would have to use athletics.
Athletics.
Because it's only escaping that gets acrobatics.
Yeah,
So he's
not
like,
my
what?
strong
And he
suit.
kind of puts his hand in front of him as you grab at him.
All right, I'm going to use DM Inspiration for this first check.
Okay. He is going to resist with dexterity. He would dodge your first attempt. Do you have a second attack or just one?
I only have one attack, so.
Alright, so he goes. Basically, you go to grab him and he sort of slips to the side, rolling a 23. So he got a natural 20 on that. Anything else, Beldani? That was your action.
Does that use his reaction?
Hmm?
Does that use his reaction?
No, it's just contested. Whenever you try to grapple or grab, it's a contested check.
I will just keep the circlet in my hand held up so that if anyone else wants to take it, it's easily within reach.
Okay. Bathan.
That is my turn.
All right. I probably will have to get closer here. Let me just confirm. Yeah. I'm gonna move. I will move here. 5, 10, 15. And then I'm going to cast Bless at level 2, which means I can target 4 creatures. And I will put Bless on Theo, Donnie, Beldani, and Zalia.
Okay. So you all are affected with Bless. Go ahead and use concentration and a timer.
Yep. Timer, yes. Okay.
Did you say me?
Yes. I want everyone who has a chance here to have a chance here.
Oh, well, you can just put the timer on
And I'm
Batha.
waiting for my...
Just mark yourself
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
wings for those who are blessed or something. Alright.
I'm waiting for that to load. Where's the timer? There it is. Oh, boop. Okay. And then, someone already did a timer?
No, it's
Bailey put a
fine.
timer. Okay. And then, let's see. Do I have any bonus actions that are worth using in this situation? Let me look here. I am just going to hold on to the rest of my abilities for now and see how this goes. I did 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Get a little bit of cover. Am I allowed to be here?
Yeah, that's fine. You could be up against the wall. Zalia, what are you doing?
I am going to cast Old Monster, the staff.
Alright, go ahead and link it.
Sounds like I was on a different page. Go here.
Alright, so you cast Hold Monster, pointing at him as you chant, and he has to make a wisdom save.
My DC isn't showing up here, but it is 17.
Alright, so... he says, what is this? And he seems to be held.
Got him, Beldani.
Donnie.
So I'd probably figure out what Zalia... Would I kind of understand what Zalia was doing?
Well, you saw Beldani. Looks like he was trying to put the circlet on, so you might
that
have
much
an
I got.
idea.
I'm trying to determine whether or not I'd realize he's held or not.
Oh, well, she cast something at him, and he seems to be freezing up, so you could maybe deduce that.
Yeah, so I would actually, if you'd allow it, Lou, I would actually attempt to disarm him. Like, grab his... Like, if he has his staff, it looked like
He doesn't
had a
actually have a staff. That's
Okay.
just in the picture.
Does he have a clear source of power of any kind? Staff, wand, the circlet, anything that would be clearly like a... Again, I'm not necessarily a weapon, but a source of power.
So he has some old rags on him, and he probably has... strangely enough, you don't see anything on him, which last time you fought him, you did see some stuff on him. Then again, I think you took that stuff.
Okay. So I would actually then.
We didn't get any loot from him.
We didn't get
Thank
loot
you.
from him. He stashed it before we got to him, apparently.
I don't
Oh,
remember
okay.
loot either.
I
Yeah.
thought you got like a ring off him or something, or an amulet.
He was in dragon form whenever we
I don't
fought him too.
remember getting
Trove was
anything off him.
supposedly nearby, but his trove ended up being empty. We got bupkis, and we got a couple of bones, I think.
We
Okay.
got bones.
Well, yeah. Well, you don't see anything on him.
So with that in mind, then, if I didn't see anything clearly to grab him, I would actually attempt to grapple him as well.
All right.
Myself.
So give me a strength check.
And I'm not grabbing Circlet. I'm just trying to hold him down for someone else to do it.
All right. So he is gonna
Oh,
try
sorry.
to.
I always click save when I mean check. So that's
He's held anyway.
That's 12 technically.
Yeah. So he can't really move at this point. So you just grab him. He can't really resist you.
But I figured so.
Theo.
If Hold Monster breaks, then he's at least grappled by me.
Donnie grabs the paralyzed creature and is like, "I've got him."
Yeah. He does have. I think you have extra attack, right?
I do.
You could potentially grab the circlet.
Yeah, I
So
could.
you would hear in your head, Ivor, like, what are they doing to him?
Good question. I think they're putting that circlet that we got from Aranya on his head. Perhaps they're trying to bring him back for some sort of study. Although I do not think that it was intended for him.
Ah, clever. Theo, what are you doing?
Does it look like I could try and get the circlet on his head this turn?
Yeah, if you use your item interaction to take it off, Beldani, you could probably just put it up there.
Alright, I'm going to try and do that.
Alright, so you grab the circlet and put it on his head.
While also
And-
saying we might be giving Hollow Hand some great power here.
He disappears. What do you want to do?
Okay, so why'd we do
Are we
that?
sure he wasn't undead? Because Hollow Hand said that circlet treated
Would
undead
bring
differently.
undead to him. Like, it did the function it should have against undead.
Hmm.
He's a
Oh,
skeleton. Is
Well,
that
when
the
we go back to
definition of
Hollow Hand,
undead?
will we find a corpse?
Question: do we look at this altar now, or run back to Hollow Hand in case he needs help? / see what's going on there.
I think that the altar will be here when we get back. I think that
Theo starts
looking
rushing.
to see what has happened with Talakaru is probably more important.
Yes.
Gonna wait for everybody else.
He's the one that we
Wait
think
for
is.
Donnie's. Oh,
Hold up.
Donnie runs, so Beta
Donnie,
follows.
hang on. Waiting for everybody
Like
else.
how
Alright.
everyone just runs down the hall like a bunch of excited children. Ooh, what happened?
Okay, now Donnie, let's go.
Okay.
No, I was about to say that I waited, but then when Donnie ran, Beta followed Donnie.
Alright, so you
That's her muscle.
run back down the hallway and open the door.
Yeah, Gildas used to just carry Betha everywhere.
And you would
Donnie
see
has carried Beta over a
Hollow
number
Hand,
of pits and stuff.
at the south of the room, looking curiously at this skeleton who is now kind of stuck in some kind of a temporal field.
Enthralled?
And he would say, "This doesn't look like a Bodak to me."
Yeah, we stumbled across a Dracolich instead.
Oh,
Professor, perhaps step in
Welcome.
and close the door behind you.
Yeah, I will do.
He was at an altar and there too that might be causing some crazy magic.
Well, he doesn't seem to have any strange powers about him.
We've killed him and he came back.
Do you think he's an illusion as well?
Sorry, what did you say, Azalea?
Do you think he's an illusion as well?
He walks
What do
over
you
to him and
think?
looks at him closely and says, "He seems real."
We've touched illusions here too.
What's this one's name?
Telekaru.
Talakaru.
Says, I've read of this one. Quite a nuisance to the dwarves back in the the 12th cycle.
We thought he might be the source of these infernal, but he denies it, and Beldani seemed to believe him.
He wasn't telling us the entire truth, however. I don't think he's responsible for the demons, but he's far too powerful to just allow him to wander about, and I was hoping that the circlet would be able to hold him, even though he was not its intended target.
Says, well, you are correct. The circlet had the desired effect. Says, however, I think if we want to figure out what's going on, we might need to catch that Bodak. Although this one is also an interesting specimen. I think I'll send him back to my lab.
Hang on. Where's your lab at? And we also know where he used to be trapped, so might be able to study how to retrap him somewhere. Secure the lab.
He says, well, for now, I do need to get my circlet back, so I can send him to a temporary prison.
Do you think he could get out of there?
He says, of course not. I built it to hold very dangerous enemies. There's no way he could escape my prison.
I like you.
Insight check. Do I believe that he believes that?
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Eccentric people always believe what they say.
So, well, I'll let you do the insight check.
Theo's actually going to start ritual casting Detect Magic. We have 10 minutes.
So he is gonna look super puzzled, and she's gonna say, well, I'll wait for the outcome of the insight.
I'm assuming Aranye believes that his prison will hold Telekaru.
Lou.
Hang on a second.
Oh, we made Lou have to go through the deep notes.
Yeah, you think he's telling the truth, or at least you think he believes his prison will hold him.
Okay.
So we've encountered 3 possible creatures who could have summoned these demons and or be watching us and or be presenting these illusions. The Bodak, this fellow, and you, I'll say to Aranye. All of them profess to be innocent, and all of them seem to be innocent, and yet here we are, surrounded by demons and illusions and something watching us.
Ranye arches an eyebrow at you, and he says, what are you accusing me of?
I'm not accusing you of anything, just saying. Is there possibly a 4th being in play? Seems highly unlikely.
The only thing I know is that there are chaotic magics here, which I came here in hope of studying. I was hoping that catching this strange Bodak would unlock some answers, but if there are other entities here at play, I had not detected them yet.
The Bodak claims not to be the source of these chaotic energies.
Well, something else may be, but I don't know.
You know you have something of chaos about you because you are not the hollow hand that we know from our past experiences on this plane. So there's that.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I said we know that he's not the hollow hand that we know from this plane, so he's got some chaos around him.
He says, yes, you keep saying I have a twin somewhere, but I tell you I do not. I think you are...
Well, we did explain this to him in some detail.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem... Well, you don't know if he doesn't believe you, but he has no idea who would be impersonating him.
After we're done here, we're more than welcome to bring you to him and see how that goes.
So at this point, Donnie would hold out Dumbaxe near Telekaru and say, "Who's that?"
Who are you saying who's that to?
To Dumbaxe.
About Telekaru?
Alright, you hear a response.
Yeah, I would say out loud now, and we can stop doing it privately, Lou, if that's easier for you. I would say out loud, This isn't Telekaru. Dumax says it's not Telekaru.
Interesting.
Who did he say it is?
Dumax, who is it?
He says, I have no idea, but I would have sensed if Telekaru was near.
Oh.
I would share that.
This is another one of those illusions.
It seems pretty real. I don't think it's an illusion.
What happened
Hey,
when we...
other dude, if you let him out here, can we put him back in easily?
I would not recommend that. If he is a magic user, he could get the jump on us and put us all into stasis or something like that.
Seems like he's worth talking to more than just sending him to prison, and this other guy is not trustworthy either.
What is going on? I'm gonna start
Well-
casting detect magic as a ritual. Let's go.
I'm already doing that in the process.
Alright, so Zalia and Theo are frantically casting a ritual right now. It's going to take 10 minutes.
Ronnie just kind of pokes at Telekaru just to make sure he's real.
No, if I see Theo doing it, I won't.
So you see Aranye sort of scratching his chin. Indeed, this seems strange. So you're saying this isn't Telekaru, a large orc man?
That's what the Dumax says.
Despite the name, he's probably smarter than Donnie is, so I would take his word for it.
Hey! Shut up. Dumb person.
So the gnome considers things for a moment, and he says, well, it might be good to imprison him anyway, just to be safe. And of course, I do need my my circlet back if we were to catch the other one and question him.
Hang on a second. If he's not the real I'm ritual casting, I can't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say it's very possible that this is the Bodak, if it's not the real Telekaru.
Donnie gets up next to the gnome and holds Dumax next to him. You know this guy?
He says, I already told you I cannot just see things the way you can. I
How
sense...
do you know or not know?
He
Just
says,
get your clothes and ask.
there are certain creatures I have encountered before, and I can sense them.
Then have you encountered or sensed this guy, Dumax?
He says, no, I haven't.
Could have just said that the first time. I'm just saying.
He just waved me around like some kind of weird magical wand.
Okay.
Gives Theo an idea for another kind of wand to make.
So the gnome kind of shrugs. I don't know. Like I said, I suggest we imprison him for now and figure it out later. That's my my advice.
That seems hasty. He's well contained at the moment with the circlet. We
Is
can
it
take
poss-
time to figure it out.
Is there a way
Is
for
it
us
possible-
to talk to him without him being able to jump away?
Says, no, if I remove the circlet, he will be freed from stasis, and
We
will.
could speak to him with message or sending.
Can you?
He says,
Now?
I don't think you will be able to because he is currently in a stasis. I don't think he'll be able to respond.
And whole monsters.
Can anybody read minds? Oh, wait.
Whole monsters just
Hold,
paralysis.
hold monster is
Right, but
probably
it's-
not what's doing that.
Yeah,
I think
I was going to
the
say,
the
Yeah.
circlet is
The,
what
the
has him in
circlet.
like a
yeah,
frozen.
exactly. He's basically in like a little prison right now.
I wonder if Aranye or Professor, if one of you has the ability to dispel whatever illusion might be disguising this creature.
I was
Clearly,
thinking
there's some
does
sort
seem-
of magic
it seems
making him
like
appear like
that-
Telekaru.
Yes. It seems likely it might disappear as it did last time, but I suppose there's nothing to be lost. Shall I try?
I would say so.
If you dispel magic, can you target just the thing that's like making him different, not the thing that's like keeping him, prison?
No.
Yeah, you target a spell effect.
I can target him
Well,
and
when
not
you-
the
If you
circlet.
target, if it's assuming that the circlet well, actually, yeah, it wouldn't dispel magic on him. It would dispel everything that's on him, though.
No,
if it's
just
not-
one thing. It only
Yeah,
Dispel
anti-magic is the one that affects everything. I think dispel
Yeah.
magic you can target one effect.
You can, but I would have to know what the effect
But
is.
you could link to spell magic. We could check it.
Yeah. I would have to know. I mean, I could avoid casting it on the circlet if that's the question. But I think I would have to know what the.
Yeah. It's
According
just
to
one.
the spell, you don't need to know the magical effect. You just have to know there's a magical effect there.
Yeah. On the
And
creature.
specifically, I don't think it says that it only does one thing. It says any
Yeah,
spell.
you can
third
target
level or
a
lower.
magical effect.
Yeah, it says one creature, object, or magical effect within range.
I mean, I could cast it on him as a creature.
Right.
It's
So
just
if
like-
if you choose one creature, but any spell of third level or lower on the target ends, assuming that it had more than one. I mean, it may not matter anyway, but just for future reference, I read that if it has more than one third level spell on one creature, they may all end.
So the crown isn't actually a spell. That would actually be an object.
Right. So I think that the
would
crown
cast
at
it
least
on
is
the
safe.
crown.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't cast it on the crown. The thing is that like that would mean if something casts dispel magic on you, it could dispel you.
Yeah.
One
So
magic.
yeah, if you had like multiple magical effects. So when you target whatever it is, like a creature, object, or magical effect, when you target that thing, it would end all basically like spells on that
Right.
thing
Okay.
that you targeted.
That's my understanding.
But
And then if
the
you go with
crown-
the magical effect, it's going for a specific one, right?
yeah, the crown itself is more of a separate object, so that would still hold unless you targeted the crown.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I'm gonna say, I will do, but let's wait until Theo finishes casting his spells so that we can get more information.
Indeed.
Don't like waiting.
Very well.
Just
Okay.
watch the door, Donnie. Something might come along that you could smash.
Don't pandanize me.
I will not treat you like a panda.
Damn straight.
I will not hippopotamus you.
You tell her, Donnie. You hear the
So
axe say.
again.
All
Alright.
right. So 10 minutes would pass, and Theo, you would indeed detect magic coming from many sources in here, because you all have several magical items. But yeah, you would detect it coming from Telekaru, from the crown, from Aranye, from
What
yeah.
cool is coming off of Talakaru?
You would sense illusion.
Delusion?
I assume Theo, you're concentrating on Telekaru, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And
so yeah.
then Hollow Hand after.
You would sense illusion coming from him as well.
They're both illusion.
He turns around. He says, "What do you mean I'm illusion?"
You have illusion magic coming off of you.
Oh, well, yes, I have things on me that would be giving off illusion signatures. That makes sense.
What you
Theo
got?
even say aloud that? Yeah. Okay. Hang on.
Yeah, Theo, anytime he casts detect magic and stuff, he starts listing off, that's giving off this is giving off that.
All right. So the only thing you would actually sense off both of them is illusion auras. And the crown is also giving off an illusion aura, which is strange.
How is the crown giving off an illusion aura?
I mean,
So
illusion does a
you
lot of
say
other
all
things
that?
as well.
Out loud then?
Yes, Theo's pointing at the crown, asking Hollow Hand that.
So
This
there
is
was,
not right.
there's
Something's
probably
very
some
wrong.
illusion magic on it. I mean,
What illusion magic do you have on you that you know of, and can you remove it for the moment?
who, me? Hollow Hand says?
Yes, you.
This is an experiment. We're trying to see if you yourself are giving off illusion magic, because it might be tied to the chaotic magic you're trying to study here. It might be affecting you.
Give me a persuasion check.
Shit!
Neat.
Is Bless still up?
Last 10 minutes.
He looks at Zalia. Well, Zalia is the one who asked him, but I was gonna say,
You should check. I'll give it. So you should check.
yeah, sure. All right, so you would look at Zalia and say, "A wizard never reveals his secrets, madam. You should know that."
Yeah, it's only 1 minute. Yeah,
Oh, 1
not
minute.
10.
I thought persuasion checks was whoever's talking. Like,
Yeah,
if multiple
sorry.
people are talking, we can have.
So if you were talking to, what did you say to him?
I was the one going in detail about why he needs to take them off and experiment. Or
I mean, it would be both of
Go
us.
with the
wouldn't
4.
it? It's just that we wouldn't get advantage because my turn.
So he would say he seems like he's a little bit annoyed, like you don't trust him, and he would say, "Listen, the illusion magics I'm using are of no concern. I have not shown myself to be a threat against you."
It's not out of distrust, it's out of trying to figure out more about the chaos magic.
Yes, surely you understand scientific method.
He is going to... What's he gonna do?
I don't know. So he's gonna look over at Ivor like, can you talk some sense into him?
Master Hollowhand, I think perhaps the rationale here is not that we do not trust you, but that if this entire temple has some sort of function on it which forces illusion magic upon others or into the minds of others, would you yourself know that you were an illusion? Would I?
He is going to cast something.
Uh-oh.
He would cast something. He would touch Telekaru, and they both disappear.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Oh, fuck.
So much for insight checks.
What are you gonna do?
Look,
Well,
I don't know about the rest of you, but I really think that maybe we should leave.
Can I
Enough of this
can I
place.
insight the gnome just before he did that? Like after he was questioned and he decided to touch Telekaru and cast a spell, like do I see resolve or embarrassment or like I don't know, like
So he didn't seem... He seemed perfectly calm, and then he just vanished. Oh, but one thing you would see, sorry I didn't mention it, is that when he does that, the crown would be left behind, falling to the ground. Clang.
But you said that was illusion as well.
Yes, but it seems to be real. At least it fell to the ground. Maybe
Something
it has-
tells me that perhaps
Pick
he
it
got
up.
tired.
if
Hand
you
it back to the professor.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Ivor?
Perhaps he got tired of conversation and chose to simply take Talakaru to this prison that he had mentioned.
Not
Perhaps he will be
Telekaru.
back. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
unless you have a better name, I'm just going to call him what he
Not
fucking called
Telekaru.
himself.
Some guy.
Some guy.
So not Iranye took not Telekaru somewhere.
I stand by what I just said. We've encountered 3 beings, none of whom are particularly reliable, all of whom seem to certainly believe that they are what they appear to be, or convinced of it at some level, and none of whom are.
Maybe if
There's
you let me
some great
smash them
power.
rather than talk to them, the problem would have been solved.
Every time we've smashed them, they've disappeared. Every time we've dispelled them, they've disappeared.
And talking to them caused the same thing to happen, yes?
So then it doesn't fucking matter what we did then, does it?
Smashing them just delays our ability to act.
And talking delays it further.
I would suggest that we might be in some sort of alternate reality here, and we should leave this place and try to regroup and figure out where these beings are. Perhaps consult with the real Master Hollowhand.
Can we go look at that other statue first?
So we should.
I was going to say, perhaps we should finish.
I think we should, yeah, at the very least, see all there is to be seen down here. Perhaps there are answers further within.
All right,
We
where are you
indeed, but we can't trust the evidence of our own eyes, but very well.
All right, where are you going?
Back to
Well,
the
I
Certainly,
think we've got the
out of the
door
room,
to the
yeah.
east, or the
Yep.
room that we hadn't finished exploring.
And the altar.
All right, so you head back over to the altar room.
Yep.
You would still feel that warmth in the area from the gem. And the altar...
Magic still up?
Yes. How long does that last? 10 minutes?
10 minutes, yep.
So yeah, that would still be going.
So can you describe the altar to us?
Yeah, sure, go ahead and... Oh, I didn't open the door yet, did I?
Nope.
Nope. We've been
Alright.
all patiently waiting here.
I was wondering. I'm like, they didn't
Let
run
me out,
down
let
the
me out,
hall
let me out.
already.
Well, now you see the mad rush as everybody moves their token.
I don't need to run necessarily, but I am traipsing
We
about.
all fight for the lead of the pack.
So luckily the halls are still quiet. You get over there.
Theo jumped ahead.
The altar's still there. There is a slight glow coming from it as a fiery star burns around the base. Bones riddle this room, just all over. Actually, Betha, you would probably think they're mostly dwarven bones. Yeah, the altar itself doesn't...
But we've been in the room before, right?
Just now.
Yeah, you just weren't looking at the bones much before.
Oh, okay. And yeah, she would definitely take a few minutes to analyze some of the bones.
Alright, so
And
you would...
announce what she observes, yeah.
Yeah, you would guess someone just maybe dragged a bunch of bodies in here and piled them up. But there are a lot of bones in here. On the altar...
But I don't think they died here. I think they were bodies that were dragged here.
I'm not sure actually how you'd know that, but...
I'm not sure either. Never mind. Okay. Forensics, I don't
A pile
know.
of bones instead of like people.
Seems like a strange way for hundreds of dwarves to die.
Yeah, just stand here and all die here. You would probably more expect they were brought here after they died and just kind of laid around.
Got it, yeah. Alright.
But the altar itself, looking closely at it, there's a stairwell going up, and on the altar, it looks like there are bones of something that might be demonic, like actual demon bones. So something maybe killed a demon in the abyss and brought the bones here, or a demon came here through a real portal and not summoning and was killed on this plane. It's hard to say how they got here.
Have you detected any scrying orbs?
So the altar's magical. The bones also have magic on them. You don't detect any invisible orbs or anything, or at least not so far. The school on the altar would be probably transmutation.
Are there any symbols of religious nature on them?
So do you want to go up the stairs and look more closely at the altar?
Yep.
Alright.
And if there's still an hour going, if there's any... Donnie understands languages? Or wait, that's only spoken, isn't it?
So when you go up the stairs... Hang on, let me consult my notes.
Transmutation. You're going to turn into a mouse.
It's going to turn into Orcus.
Donnie smash Orcus.
Comprehend languages is both
it is
spoken
written
and
too.
written,
Awesome.
but you have to touch the surface that the words are on.
Donnie, touch it.
Not there
Touch the
yet.
butt.
Did you say touch the butt?
Yeah.
What?
From
Finding Nemo.
From Finding
Oh.
Nemo.
Coding, yeah.
Alright. I did not know
He touched the
that one.
butt!
Love that movie.
So... Just trying to find a description of something. Alright, so you see... I'm just gonna go off of memory, I guess. You see a four-horned goat head that has been etched into the top of the altar underneath the bones. And these bones are actually quite extensive and large, taking up most of the altar. They seem like they were the bones of a very big demon.
I want those bones.
Does the goat head mean anything to me?
Oh, actually it might. Give me a religion check, and you can assume proficiency on this, actually.
Sweet. That'd be a +4 to this roll.
You believe it is the holy symbol of Orcus.
Yeah. Donnie immediately goes into smash mode.
Oh! Alright, what are you gonna do?
I'd basically try to rip the horn
Ivo
off.
runs away.
Yeah.
It could explode.
Oh,
You
God.
never know.
I would try to basically rip the horn off the top of the altar. Or
Well,
the
the
goat head.
the horn is etched into it. It's like it's a symbol. It's not actually
Like a
popping
relief.
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's not like okay.
Tries to
Yeah.
pull the picture off.
Grr, I can't grab this.
So there's nothing to really pull off then.
No, it's more like an etching. Like yeah, like a relief, like someone like carved. It's not carved, but I think it's etched with stone. When you
There are demon bones to pull off.
the demon
That's
bones
true.
just seem to be laying on top of the altar.
Yeah. Honestly, so if I can't easily destroy it in that way, I would actually take a moment to pause and look back at Smarty Pants and say, "This thing needs to be destroyed. I use the horn, or you help me in another way."
Let's
So
hold off on for the moment. Can you
the
kick the buttons off?
Can
just so
maintain
real
the bone?
quick, while you're talking, the axe would say, I do sense a powerful, or possibly previously powerful Orcus relic here, but I feel like the magic has been drained from it. Or most of the magic.
Can you elephant more?
He says, well, I'm assuming you said elaborate, but no, I just, it feels like the energy has been drained from this Orcus relic.
Why does Donnie look like he has to poop?
You know what, Zaylee,
He's
you're gonna
trying
get smacked
to
one of these days.
some very much.
Donnie's eyes are just crossed, like he's like really trying to think.
Let's see. I'm trying to think what Donnie would actually do. 'Cause He
Can a
would.
mage hand a bone away to see if it explodes on Donnie?
He would ask Dumax, "What do you think we should do about it?"
So Theo, are you casting Mage Hand and trying to grab a bone?
Wait, Donnie, did you say that out loud? Because if you started talking,
I
I
heard
probably
it, but it
would've.
might have sounded like it was.
Donnie
directed
says
at-
everything out loud. Remember, he doesn't talk in his
I'm
mind.
gonna say.
Unless I'm being explicit, I am.
No, that was a
it is
situation
allowed.
of Donnie started actually asking his axe, so Theo would pause and be like, holy shit.
So sorry, what did you say to your axe? I was distracted.
What do you think I should do with it?
He says, well, I mean, normally I'd say destroy it, but since the magic has been drained, I don't know if there'd even be a point.
Symbols are still always worth destroying, and then I would say out loud to everyone else, "Dumax here thinks the power's gone out of it, but I still want to destroy it."
The power out of the altar.
Yes.
There's still power in it, according to Theo, and I look at Theo.
Yeah, but it might be like a little bit, because Theo's kind of weak, and so you might think it's a lot, but it's not really a lot, because Dumax is a lot smarter than
Thank
Theo.
you for your.
When
theory.
we're done here, we're sparring.
Tiny
Time
man.
for punch.
Tiny man,
I'll
gonna
mutter.
knock some sense in you.
I'll mutter under my breath as I just like flick like a little flame in my fingers, and I'll say, "We're gonna do a lot more than that."
All right, so what are you all doing?
Donnie, can you kick those bones off the altar just for a moment? I want to see something.
Sure. Kicks him off the altar.
Anything happen?
So, are you just like lifting your leg up and trying to swat him off or something?
Yeah, basically, just trying to soccer kick a few of the bones off the altar.
All right, so as you kick some of these demon bones, they actually flare up and seem to be stuck there. Unfortunately, they burn you a bit as they flare up, doing 2 points of fire damage. Ow! As you kind of pull your leg back, but they don't seem to move. Almost like
2
they're
points
glued.
of fire damage to Donnie. He's like, that's like a bad match burn.
Yeah. So yeah, they seem like they're stuck in place, almost like they're glued.
If it's not a complete minimal amount of magic.
Yeah. Well, compared to what it was before, again, that's not very impressive. Orcus is way more powerful than this.
Something's going on.
Can I destroy it? Can you help me destroy it, or should I use the horn?
Don't use the horn. You'll bring this place down on us.
Well, then what's your suggestion otherwise?
You smash it with your axe. That's what you do with everything else.
Axe can't smash it. It's a big stone block.
Smash it with your fists.
Again, fish don't smash no blocks. Fish smash door.
I've seen
The
those.
axe says, "Do you have some kind of pick or hammer, maybe?"
You have
It
a
says-
battering ram.
There might still be some
actually, Yeah,
magic.
we do have the battering ram. I'd actually pull out the battering ram.
Alright, and he says there might still be some magic, so it might be a bit dangerous to smash, but still.
While he's hammering away at that thing, I would like to examine it.
I was gonna say when the flare up happened, I will
Well,
activate
I will-
my boots and I'm gonna fly over to get a better look at it, and then I'll see if. Well, I mean, I assume that I have no reason to know anything about it, but perhaps Tinder does. So I'm gonna look at it myself, but also ask Tinder if he's familiar with any sort of ritual that would cause this flaring up of the demon bones, etc.
I'm gonna start casting Identify.
On the altar?
Uh-huh.
While he's smashing it? Alright. Alright, so Donnie is pulling out his battering ram and just smacking it into the altar, right? Ivor, so Tinder is thinking, you think, because he's still invisible, you can't actually see him, and he would say, this is, I haven't seen anything like this before. What school did he say was on this?
He said it was Shreinless Mutation.
Yeah, that's a strange one for a demonic altar. I would expect
Indeed.
some kind of summoning or
Conjuration.
evocation, conjuration, evocation. It's hard to say. So Donnie's smashing this. Zalia's casting her ritual. You would see cracks forming in the altar. Zalia, Ivor, and Donnie, what are your passive perceptions?
Which
11.
10.
14.
Alright, so you would see Zalia and Ivor. It's obvious that the altar is crackling with energy as it starts to crack. Donnie, you would notice something odd. It looks like the bones of the whatever bones these are, as you begin to smash the altar, it's almost as if they're developing like flesh on them and muscle.
Are we releasing another evil on the world?
You don't see anything. You went away.
Perhaps.
Man.
I can 100% see that range.
Yeah, but
You
it's
might
with his
not
passive
notice
that
it
he
from back there, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do anything when you see this?
I was debating that.
I would say
Here,
that. I mean, I
we'll
don't
go ahead
see
and
that,
roll-
but
we'll
in
do this.
response to the battering ram, I am relocating.
Like,
Yeah,
oh,
Donnie's
that,
gonna continue
that thing's
to smash.
crackling.
I'm like, yeah, that's a fucking exploding altar. I'm not doing it.
In response to the crackling, I'm gonna say, Johnny, hold off for a moment. Give me a chance with this altar before you destroy it.
Donnie's gonna get at least a couple more bashes in before you say that.
Oh,
You're not
okay.
gonna say anything about the demon materializing above me?
Fuck.
That's
It's not materializing above. It's more like the bones are starting to, almost like they're regrowing muscle tissue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say that's, something maybe worth mentioning.
nope.
Oh,
Like, oh, that's strange. Oh well. So Donnie, you stop smashing for a moment.
For a moment, only because Zalia said so.
All right. So are you just trying to finish your spell?
yeah. I mean,
Alright.
she doesn't see the thing, so, but she does see that it might explode. She thought it might take him more than 10 minutes to destroy it, but he's going pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely doing some damage with that battering ram because that's
Right.
meant to
She just-
destroy things.
Her point of view is just don't destroy it quite yet, because A, it might explode with me nearby, and B, I won't get a chance to examine it. But she doesn't see the thing.
Yeah. All right. So, Donnie, you gonna let her finish her ritual that she's
Yep.
doing? Alright, so you're touching the altar with your ritual. 10 minutes would pass. Let me adjust the time at this point. It's probably getting close to 11:30. So you think that when you cast the Identify spell, it seems like at one point this altar had several functions. There's only one remaining, though, and that is to imprison a Baelor.
Stop! Stop! Everyone stop.
Why?
Because the function of this altar appears to be to imprison a Baelor, which means those bones, and I'll get up and look at them, are they still semi-fleshy?
I mean, it's very small amounts, which you might not even notice unless you had kind of noticed them developing, but yeah, a little bit.
Oh my god, by Baelor's tits, you did not tell me. What is happening up here? What's that?
What's what?
But Auntie, can you come here for a minute? Do those look
Did you
like
say by
Baelor
Baylor's
bones?
tits?
Yep.
No, Baelor's.
What the?
Baelor.
Oh, Baylor's tits!
What's a Baelor?
A Baelor is a sort of demon, in fact. Didn't we run into one? We ran into one.
There was one trapped in a circle that we then pulled Donnie
Yes, you
out.
never actually fought it, but that was back at like level 5. That was a long time ago.
Just before we met Donnie.
I think
Would I have
it was
knowledge
in the
of
circle we pulled
Baelors?
Donnie out of. So Donnie might be a Baelor.
So knowledge of Baelors would be Arcana, because they're planar creatures. So you can make a check. You know of them. You know they're supposed to be one of the more, if not most, powerful demons in the Abyss.
Okay. So with this knowledge, when Donnie asks what a Baelor is, I'll respond and say, it's perhaps one of the more powerful demons that exists. I'm sort of surprised you didn't know that, Mr. Tia.
It's not something we want
Ha!
to do. Especially not right now.
You guys are all being very mean.
I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on the bones.
So the axe would say, while I would love to destroy a demon, Donnie, a Baelor, that would be a bit of a tall order. I don't know if you're ready for that kind of fight.
I'm gonna cast that at level 4. So that's all I get.
Would Dispel Magic just release the Baelor?
So yeah, you
bones.
before you do that, you do think that the bones themselves aren't giving off magic. Well, actually, they were.
They were.
So they were giving off. What would it be?
I mean, wouldn't it be abjuration magic on the altar itself? It was containing a Baelor.
Maybe. I don't. It's. Oh, hang on. Let me look at the schools again.
I obviously wouldn't cast it if I thought it was going to free the Baelor.
Yeah. So. It's abjuration again. Oh, that's more defense magic. No, I don't know if it would be abjuration for containment.
I thought it was protecting and restraining men.
So it is designed for protection and shielding. I don't think it's as much restraining. That would be more like probably evocation, actually, like force cages and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess it depends, but I was saying more because this altar, it would almost like reconstruct the Baelor if it was destroyed. So that's why I kind of said, transmutation. But the bones themselves, I don't know what school they'd have on them, because demons in general are magical creatures. So I was just kind of assuming its bones would give off an aura.
Oh, I see.
Maybe,
Alright,
I don't know, maybe
I will not
evocation or something.
I will not cast anything.
Yeah, you don't think there's a way to dispel it so the altar wouldn't make a demon. You think if the altar lost its magic, it might reform the demon on top of it.
So I'll look back at the group and say, wasn't Talakaru fussing around this altar?
He was.
Do you think he was trying to free the Baylor?
I think that, well, truth be told, I don't know. I'm not sure if he knew what it was. He was curious about it, to be sure. But
If all but
if
the
he was
last,
trying to free it, I'm sure all he had to do was break it.
yeah, if all the magic but what's holding the demon in there was drained, he might have just been trying to power up without releasing it.
Indeed. Maybe he's taken the other functions away.
I think we should move on. I don't think we should mess with this magic.
I agree. I think that putting down a Baylor sounds like a lot of fun, but it also sounds like a lot of death.
We're not at full health and strength.
All I know is if you let Baylors pass through anywhere, it's bad news.
Alright.
This entire temple needs to be destroyed.
So you're heading out, going up north here, and you would still,
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd like to step into this room here.
Yeah, immediately into the room, I think.
I will open the door to our east then.
Okay. So you push the door open, it opens inward, and you see a small, like, bunk area with several old beds that are falling apart, some bones, and yeah, you would feel the warmth in this area, Azalea, up here.
Oh, I'm gonna look around a lot and move up. Not there.
In here.
Do I see any of those flame things?
You do, in fact. There is one. Oh, and Ivor just revealed it.
So, can I see magic coming from that spot with detect magic going?
I don't. Well,
Would you still have it going?
I'd probably say
Yeah,
no.
it's probably been 10 minutes, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point it's probably been 10 minutes, but generally you did not see them before, so something might be shielding their auras from you.
Just
You gonna touch it, Ivor?
Oh yeah.
Alright, so as soon as Ivor sees it, he kind of bends down, and it would... Hang on, I gotta move your token for a second. It would vanish.
Sure.
You know, I'll look at Ivor. There is a fourth creature we've encountered here that may or may not be being straight with us.
Donnie?
Indeed.
I just like how someone just pinged Donnie. That's Donnie! Fools! No, just kidding.
Master of illusion.
You found me out. Indeed, it was I.
That's very true, Professor. And perhaps... How to say that's very true?
All right, well, let's continue to do what we said we would do and get out of here as soon as possible. Got a lot of thinking to do.
Alright, so...
Good point to call it for the night.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is around 8:30, so why don't we do MVP votes and pick it up next time. Alright, 3.
This is making me crazy.
Every single time we uncover a thing, it's not an answer, it's just another question. Like, fuck!
I think
just take a simpler approach of smashing things. It'd be so much easier in life.
No, if you smash that altar, we'd probably be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have taken them.
This is like one of those
I don't know about that.
or supernatural where they get caught in another world. It's probably us that aren't real.
Maybe.
It's all... We're all part of someone's
already is a
game.
time traveler.
I got 5 votes. I thought we had 6 today. Who are we...
We do.
Oh. Who am I missing?
Mary?
Oh yeah, it looks like I still need Miri's vote. Why do I only see 5 of you logged in on my screen? That's weird.
closed it.
Oh, you left. Gotcha.
Yeah, I already sent the whisper though.
Yeah. So Miri, are you there? Did we lose you? Because she's still in the room. I wonder if we lost her.
Maybe.
So, is she still on Discord? Yeah, she's still on Discord. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go with what I got. So Theo and Zalia, I need roll, or d20 rolls to, roll off. Although, Theo, you already jumped out, huh?
Hang on.
That's all right. Theo can have it.
Alright,
There we go.
so Theo, if Zalia gave up the thing, Theo would be MVP. Congrats.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Alright, well, hopefully everyone had fun, and we'll see you all next week.
Good game, guys.
Sounds good.
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
Yes. See you all next week.
Good night, you guys.
Glad to be back on a regular schedule. So
Yep. See y'all
Yeah.
next week.
Back.
Yeah, take care, everyone.
Yeah, have a good night.
Actually, not much time has passed. I don't think it's even been...
I think it's been like barely 4 hours since we woke up this morning. I think we started at like 11, and now it's like noon.
Yeah, it's only been like a couple hours. There's a lot of like mix of RP and battle, I think. Yeah, I guess we lost Mary along the way. Do I have anyone watching on Twitch? No, I had a couple people come in, but they didn't stay.